the opposition, peace and love have to fight to stay alive.
Yo.
Coming off of a devastating loss. Like,
What's up, Uber? Gamer Unknown. To Duck and Shin. How you guys doing?
Probably riding the high of a very impressive performance yesterday. They themselves said that they have exceeded their own expectations.
So, Custa, up chat. How's everyone doing? How's everyone Friday? Just working on a Friday, the usual? Hell yeah.
Group stage, and yesterday they took out a fan favorite. Oh yeah, but how far can they take it?
Honestly, this is a team that just look clean. Yeah, they look clean. Like we had our worries about playing all because it's a pretty, you know, complicated.
Gonna go fuck up some dandelions later. They've taken over my yeah. Show those dandelions who's boss, to Duck and Shin. Fuck them dandelions.
Same goes for their match against Oblivione in group stage, which
Good. Saw Hosier to the last line. Have today off. Hell yeah. How was Hosier?
I've been really impressed with the way they played this.
Apparently KSA left Twisted Minds. Yeah, what happened with Twisted Minds? Was the game good? Because I heard that they were having like big issues, right? Oh, they played Labda and Sky on tank. And Sky, did they just like throw? Fucking blowout? Yeah, well, you said that they weren't trying, right? I feel like Twisted Minds are especially the kind of team when they're not trying to just like really not try. Like as soon as the series probably started falling away from them, they're probably like, let's just troll or something like that. But yeah, they played double flex support and a tank player, not a non-tank player. They ended up putting Yubi on Orisa, yeah. Yeah. It's just like they've obviously had roster issues throughout it. Live, wait, no, yeah, we're live. What's good?
To that very team. I think they just tried to not play into a mirror match with SSG because they just felt like they couldn't win it. Also, they didn't feel like the standard composition.
Twisted Boom, yeah.
Get anywhere really when going up against SSG.
Missed Yelson's yesterday? Hell yeah, we're out here. I'm gonna stream for a few hours. We're gonna watch some OWCS. We'll chill out just like we did yesterday. Enjoy the vibes.
Compositions back then to throughout the echo. In this scenario, I very much think Super Shy, they will play either Sojourn, Cassidy, you know, with a Tracer, pack on Tracer. And so I think we'll see a bit more of a mirror in that regard. So expecting more meta compositions, so to speak, and less echo.
Yeah, and I mean, so far, Super Shy, they looked really solid.
All right.
Those meta mirrors. Let's see if they can continue on the trend. It looks like they got the viewer predictions on their very side. Wow. Quite frankly, I think our predictions will look very much the same.
Any comp games today? We might play some comp games. If these EU games finish early and then NA's not going to start, we might play some ranked and stuff like that. We'll see. Might try and get a few games in. Oh, you got a ball here. What are you doing with it?
Speak for themselves, right? To eliminate a team who was top 4 of the last tournament, you know, you kind of assume that position as a pretty serious team to go up against. And so for Peace and Love.
Yo, what's up, Galataran? How you doing?
Even though they're both lesser known, I still have to favor Super Shy.
Yeah, I'm also going with Super Shy. And that's not just recency bias. It on a dub and Peace of Love falling this morning against arguably the strongest team in the entire region. So like, how much can you really take away from such a loss? I had to go Super Shy for a close one. 3-2. Don't think it's going to be a close one, quite frankly, but the hope is there.
You don't think this is going to be a close one?
I actually think it's going to be a close one.
I think there's potential for this to be close, but at the end of the day, I agree. I think it's more of wishful thinking, hoping for a close series. I think in the end, it's more likelihood of stomps at this level, just because if a team has like a slightly better read, I'm less confident in the other team being able to like, okay, we figure out what to do, we change it mid-match. That's a really hard thing to do. And so for these teams that don't have as much experience together, they're kind of going to go with what they practice, and either it works or it doesn't work.
Yeah. I mean, look, I predicted the same, so we actually have the same prediction all of us. We got 3-2 Super Shy, so
I'll be wrong
that's my pred too. But like, if I was Peace and Love, I wouldn't take it too personally. You know, it just so happens that Super Shy, they have Shy in their name. Shy is one of my favorite Overwatch players who you might see.
Bit of an empty spot on the desk. Yeah, you know, you could. What if we? Yeah, it could. OWCS, it could just be like this, right? OWCS, yeah, it just. Why isn't it like this? Oh yeah, it's just me and the gang hanging out. I'm also going for Super Shy 3-2. I think it's gonna be a good. I think it's gonna be a good match. Good point, Johnny. I love bias. Yeah, big fan of bias.
Wow, that is tough. You know, that's why That's why I like Space Station so much, because they have a Swede and the Rhine main.
That's why they have me on the broadcast to get the hard-hitting questions.
Yeah, I feel so hard hit right now.
Yeah, you both are earning your paychecks right now. I'm very impressed.
Can I earn a paycheck?
You know, like Super Shy. I mean, this is the first time.
What's Danny up to? I'm not sure.
Coming off such a
He's alright.
seed, making it this far. I feel like.
I think he's just been filling in here and there, but I'm not exactly sure what he's been up to. You see Tristan Mines crumbling? I didn't watch the match, but I heard, you know, I heard it's just like they just don't have a tank player and they don't have a main support, right? Admiral and KSA just like left the team, so it's like, yeah, like the team is just kind of in shambles. They're never going to be able to compete with a team like Ents.
I wouldn't change up too much now, would you, Jake?
No.
I really like how easy to join the OWCS for people at some level of team play. Also kind of hating it, especially with the level difference between higher and lower end teams, feels unfair. Yeah, I think, as you said, OWCS was lauded for the fact that it was like, oh, it's really cool because anyone can compete, right? Anyone can make a team. Anyone can make a team, compete, and have fun. Sorry, one second. Anyone can compete, have fun, and, you know, do that kind of stuff. Yeah, you'll get beaten down by a lot of teams in Swiss stage, but it's like a fun little thing. The same thing with the FACEIT League that's coming up. Hopefully should be better. But a lot of the frustrations that people have with OWCS NA and EMEA so far is that it feels like it's just very complex to understand what's going on and where you're at in the tournament. And also, I think the biggest issue is that the games aren't super competitive the majority of the time, right? Maybe we were spoiled with Overwatch League, where we had regular season, where we had good teams playing against each other consistently. But I feel like we just don't see many top-level matchups.
Both teams are at the highest level. I mean, that's such a vertical map. It's kind of the one in the pool that really screams.
Just kind of bored of watching matches. Yeah, exactly.
I think so. You know, why not? Why not? Yeah, let's play Winston.
I'm curious to see how OWCS is going to do in the long run, because it kind of feels like the numbers are dwindling outside of drops. So
play quite a bit actually on Eichenwalde during groups as well. So it's not too.
They're just on 8 teams worth of good players. Yeah, that's kind of it, right?
Right? Why not?
Just be as good at Winston as Smurf, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, if you squint your eyes, it feels like.
All right, DivaCast Torb is for real though. This is a legit. This is a legit.
That's why it's an awesome comp, because it's Torb for real.
It's Torb for real.
Do we just need more mages? Well, that's easy to say, but like, you can't just run more lands. It's kind of hard to just like run more lands. Lands are expensive to run. Wait, what just happened?
This meta, guys. I am a Torb head this meta. I'm gonna go on record and say I'm a Torb head.
Swedish hero.
Oh, God.
Stolen camera here on side to
That's funny.
Me and the White Finders just found the coolest artifact I think I've ever.
I really love the experience of watching your team listen to comms and practice. It was such a window of insight. Not sure how much can be replicated, but being invested in a team's play and receiving a window into strategy is a totally different experience. Yeah, 100%. You know, being able to see and be excited by teams and players and stuff like that, and that you feel like almost you're a part of the team, was like a big part of what we wanted Overwatch to be. So I'm glad that people were able to enjoy it. Well, I mean, it has higher viewership than VCT EMEA has right now. Wait, really? Where's VCT EMEA at? So here's your problem with that take. Yes, VCT EMEA has 12k viewers, 15k viewers, 22k viewers, 30k viewers, 11k viewers, 4k viewers, 3k viewers, 3k viewers. So Valorant, especially in Valorant, co-streaming is dramatically more prominent. So their viewership is honestly a lot more distributed outside of their main broadcast. And honestly, that's a true fact for Overwatch as well. The only reason that we have so much viewership on our main broadcast is because of drops, right? That absolutely inflates it. That's kind of crazy that they only get 12k viewers on their main broadcast though. I wonder if this is something that they're like worried about or frustrated about, or that they just don't mind it. Viewership's viewership, and they can still sell to sponsors off of this viewership, right? Because these people are watching like clean feeds of it and watching the ads. Yeah, because they're like, that was always the biggest question of like, I think Valorant blew up because of co-streams. You know, people like co-streams, but yeah, Carmine Core also pump up the views 100% because they just have so many viewers. Yo, what's up, Liz? How's it going? Happy Friday, happy Friday. How's it going? One second. All right, boring day. It's gonna rain, so I just hope it rains and not, you know, tornado land. Hell yeah! I think I'm gonna be streaming for like 3 or 4 hours, and then I think the plan is I'm gonna go play some basketball. I mean, I've been playing some basketball with some friends lately. Passionate about where a lot of teams are playing, not watching yet. Especially in the NBA, the language is something important if your youth is playing a game. Yeah, that's fair. Do you think co-stream will blow up in OWCS? I think it was always going to be really interesting to see how co-stream was going to help for OWCS. Sadly, I think the answer is it isn't good. I think OWCS viewership and co-streams isn't that successful. Maybe it'll get better over time, but almost every streamer, like big streamer who co-streams it, goes down in viewership, right? So obviously like Commander X is up in viewership because that's like all he does, right? Like if you're an OWCS head, you'll watch Commander X, but like Emong has 1.8k viewers, right? If he was just playing ranked, he would win. He would win. He'd have more viewership. Same with Jay. If he just was playing ranked, he would have more viewership. So it's like we're kind of in this awkward spot with a lot of these bigger streamers and co-streamers that it's not beneficial to co-stream OWCS. Like for me right now, I'm at 55 viewers, right? 65 viewers. Obviously, I have started a little earlier. I'm not playing ranked, but if I was playing ranked right now, I think I'd already be at 100 viewers because people care more about watching ranked than they do about OWCS. Because co-streamers don't get drops, yeah. I think it's co-streamers don't get drops, but it's also like outside of that, like I don't think they usually get a shit ton of viewers. Like I don't think co-streaming will increase your viewership. You also have to think the best region no longer has Twitch. Korea, yeah, you know, Korea in general. Like one of the big issues is that Korean matches don't happen during co-streaming hours right now for the West. I'll watch your co-stream any day. Yeah, I appreciate that. And, you know, like, obviously, I enjoy doing it. I like just sitting here watching matches and stuff like that, talking to you guys, but I think we're in this, awkward state for OWCS as a whole, where we're trying to work out where we stand with things of, like, what's our viewership like? What can we expect? How do we grow? All that type of stuff. Even us in here, instead of watching and talking about the game, we talk about 1,000 different subjects. Yeah, and I don't know. Yeah, like I don't know. That probably just goes back to the fact that I'm just like not invested in the OWCS right now.
After a brief delay, we're back. We're ready.
I think a lot of people feel the same way, where it's just like you're just not in love with it. You seen those new Souls like? No. Most of the games are stomps. Yeah, most of the games are stomps. The storylines aren't super interesting. They're usually one-sided.
Space Station Gaming, both punching their tickets there with their wins in the semifinals tonight.
Another Crab's Treasure. It's a cute Souls-like.
Throughout the group stages, and I just can't wait to see how they're going to stack up against each other in this match.
Well, Oasis is our first map of this series. Little change.
It is cute.
We get load in chat, very much in favor of Super Shy. Dash 2, I mean, look, they didn't end up taking down EXO, another like titan of the region. See if they can kind of continue that one here in the lower bracket. Of course, you have to be perfect from here on out. Still got tough competition.
What?
Motherfucker. Peace and love. You can go get that treasure there. A little bit of dive from both teams. I'm gonna find that treasure!
Hey, who doesn't love a little bit of dive every now and then, especially when we get treated to it so much over in the APAC regions. But Super Shy, Vittori has been able to play both the Orisa and the Winston to really high success during the stage.
It looks pretty cute.
Not even just being able to just show off these aggressive jumps, but just
it looks pretty fun.
Nice boot there by Sobek.
This is a fantastic place to chill. Hey, I'm glad you guys are hanging out and chilling with me. I appreciate it. Thank you for the 2 years, Azabeth. Oh, we got a Winsomere at least. If you played a song, would it be a Custa ick? A Custa ick is funny. A Custa ick is sort of what you were going for. I see what you're going for, Lolo, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate the 2 months. But no. Custa ick is when he shows his legs. Hey, what do you mean? You don't like my legs?
Super Shy almost getting the point cap there, but Peace and Love end up capping first. Really nice rotational play from Peace and Love. Oh, another small touch. Yeah, Pack, you're going to pay for that one. Not sure that was even worth it, to be honest with you. You're going to stag yourself a little bit.
Maybe hoping that the rest of Super Shy would be there to be able to follow up on that initial touch and deny that point capture from Peace and Love, but nobody was there. And so we do have to wait a couple of seconds for Pack to be able to come back, but Pack is bringing a pulse bomb to the party.
Some of us might pay to see legs. Yo. New source of income just dropped.
From Tekunu on the side. He's going to grant a little bit of space, and Peace and Love do end up walking off that pulse bomb as well. There's a
how tall are you in metric center? I'm 6'1". I don't know what that is in metric center, like 170 centimeters. I actually don't know how long that is. How long that is.
4-man sound barrier from Bayer as Tekunu falls. Same as Zoro. You see Super Shy wanting to take fights, but Peace and Love just
wasn't only legs to France Soldier on the account. Yeah, something like that. I remember someone had an account like that.
You have to put a movement cooldown to try and get on top of us, to try and start some of these fights. It's tough to do. Peace and Love still in control, and with a good ultimate bank as well for this next fight.
I mean, talk about the movement of capabilities.
It was Kabaji? Okay.
Away from that post bomb from
should do a mirror watch on it? Yo. Do you think OWCS needs more drama? How do you get more drama, though? Oh, wow. That Zoro just got absolutely fucking annihilated. And they ripped the beat as well for that, which is pretty bad. And they ripped the Primal. That's a really bad fight for them. It's a terrible fight for Super Shy. Yeah, we need stories, but the problem is it's hard to tell stories because we don't talk to players, because yeah, we're not making content around the players, we're not making storylines. None of these teams have meaningful like teams or presence on social media for the most part, so there's just like yeah, you need a reason for people to be invested in these players, and the windows that we get through like player interviews just aren't really enough. Yeah, and I think it is because of the Swiss stage. I think if they're replanning OWCS for next year, they need to move away from this like Swiss, like 4 rounds of Swiss every stage. Like I think they were hoping that teams would like the same teams would make it and then people would stay together. And that's true for the top like 4. But I actually think you're going to see a lot of people retire in the next 6 months. A lot of the top players who have already done Overwatch League and stuff like that. Like, I think Goomba is just one of the first stones to fall as they realize that there's no money. And that's one of the big issues. There's no money in it for a player and team perspective. And it's not like, you know, Esports Engine has a wealth of money to be able to just blow on like making B-roll, making shoulder content and stuff like that.
As a unit, and they were the more aggressive Winston team. I think that's something that they can really keep up to their advantage, is just by continuing to put the onus on Super Shy to find responses and to actually have to play on the defensive. Oh, they're going to switch up their comp too. Super Shy's going to try to go over to the Sarissa instead.
Do you think the switch from AL to OWCS killed viewership? Yes, but Overwatch League wasn't doing like amazingly well in its own right, but it was doing better. But it's like the thing is, if you're an Overwatch League viewer, there's probably a lot of people who would have watched Overwatch League. They followed the Overwatch League channel, but they just don't know enough about OWCS, so they just don't watch it anymore. They probably like tune in. They're like, I don't really know any of these players. They're like, if you're an Overwatch League fan, right? And then you're like, oh, there's OWCS going on. I haven't watched any of it. And then you tune into this. You're like, who the fuck are these players? Where are any of the players that I once knew or cared about, or the best players in the world? And like, I think a lot of people would just be like, it's just not worth watching. Yeah, like, it's just easier for a league with a fixed number of teams. Yeah.
But it might be exactly what they need. In fact, Hattori is going to join them.
I also think it's like the underrated factor is it's not just on the league and stuff like that. It's like Overwatch League was a lot better when you had 20 teams that all had, you know, social media standings where they had to sign players, they announced players. There was a lot of extra stuff going on the side because there was people were spending money on it. No one's spending any money on anything. Even Toronto Defiant. Did Toronto Defiant even have a social media team? let's go have a look. Toronto Defiant.
To at least try to initiate the fight, but I also think that there's a pretty strong case here for Psycho to try to wrap around Super Shy and just go in.
Yeah, they do, but they're like,
really nice targets.
It's just they're just doing all the same stuff that they used to do, but like it just doesn't get a whole lot of viewership, right? And this is like one of the ONTs, and the only reason they probably have all that is just because they have previous infrastructure to do it. As someone who followed contenders, I know a lot of these players, but have friends literally know no one outside of the old AL players. Yeah, well, and that's the thing is, like, I think if you're a contenders head, then the OWCS is great for you, right? Like, OWCS is just a better form of contenders. You have like the better players, there's more regions, there's more resources into it. That's great. So it's an improved contenders, but a downgraded Overwatch League. And I think a lot of people who liked Overwatch League and only liked Overwatch League and didn't watch contenders or care for contenders, then I think that's like a... It's like contenders with $20.
Just try to take him out. But it comes out of these sound barriers too from Vaya and Sobek.
Kitsune rush, sound barriers galore. This overclock's going to get work done on the overhealth. Oh, the post
wow, I don't know what happened there.
Couldn't quite time it with that terror surge.
It's hard for me because the majority of the players I love to follow in the Asian region. Yeah, like for me personally, so I'm a big fan of like, I just like watching the best Overwatch, right? Like that's always been my thing, right? I want to just watch the best players and the best teams, which isn't NA and EMEA, right? Most of the time, right? Like there are a couple of good teams that I would like to watch, but almost every time they play a game, it's a one-sided stomp against a team that I don't really care about. And I'm just not much of a VOD watcher for the Asian region. So, like, I haven't even been watching the Asian VODs, so...
Come to attack this point, and the Deadeye might not be enough to be able to zone the entire team back at this point. Especially now that we're working up to this point in the map where we could just be in last fight territory. Depends on how long Super Shy take to actually come and engage on this one. And they're looking for Zoro to get some good damage there onto the back line. The High Noon will be available though, so maybe that's going to be the big difference maker. But the Kitsune rush from at peak. Oh, Baya's down.
It is down. Zoro just a couple of clicks to the head. Here comes the rush.
Oh, Zoro gets 2.
That's 2 dead already.
It's fine. Marvel Rivals gonna kill Overwatch. Well, as I said, like as I always talk about, I think Overwatch is doing just fine. I'm not sold on Marvel Rivals. Twitter does. People do seem to think Marvel Rivals will kill it. I gotta try it before I think it'll kill it. My heart of heart, my inner self makes me think that Marvel Rivals isn't gonna be very good. Just looking at it, I feel like the game is gonna lack serious depth. It's gonna be fun and people are gonna play it for like 2 weeks. Sorry, it's dead. It's dead. You saw it on Twitter. Like it'll be fun, but it's not Overwatch. It's not an FPS game. It kind of looks like a Smite. Like as I said, I think if there was a Smite game, if Smite was still popping, I would be afraid if I was Smite. But it's just not Overwatch. It looks too slow and too clunky. And I don't know. I gotta try it first. I'm not gonna play Marvel Rivals. I'll play it. I'll play it to see if it's fun.
Marking the enemy tracers so they don't have a free avenue of attack. LSU puts themselves on the point, but
So bounce to Smite too, yeah.
Getting pulse on the high ground. Pack appears seemingly out of nowhere, but there comes the terracers.
Oh, good boot. Oh, nice Suzu.
Onto the Lucio, but Sobek receives the Suzu just in time to stay alive. Now LSU, who was setting up for a giant ult, a massive.
They can handle it. Good. Smite 2 can be really good. Yeah, honestly, like I think there are so many games out there that are really cool, that could be cool opportunities and like fun, right?
And Peace and Love end up going down 1-1 now on Control.
As a daily Marvel Snap player, I'll play Rivals. Yeah.
Much closer round as well, with Peace and Love being able to capture that 99% before Super Shy took it.
The interesting thing about all these new games that come out is always like, does it have that magic, right? And that's something that is impossible to tell through trailers, to anything. It's when you play it for the first time, you're like, this has something that scratches an itch that nothing else has scratched before, right? And I can positively say that about games like PUBG was like one of those games that I like, this is scratching an itch that I never knew I fucking needed, right? I felt the same way with Fortnite when Fortnite first came out. That scratched that itch. Definitely for Overwatch, right? Like the first time you played Overwatch, you're like, man, this game is so much fun. Oh wow, huge javelin. Like there's something about games that like when they come out and you play it, you're like, yeah, this is hitting right here. Balatra is a recent example, exactly, right? Where you're just like, yeah, this is fun. Titanfall, and well, the thing is like the itching is everyone has a different itch, right? Like people scratch certain itches. Like, you know, for me, I enjoy Valorant, but Valorant doesn't scratch that itch for me. Like I played a lot of Valorant at this point. I enjoy Valorant. I have fun with it, but I don't think it's ever scratched the itch to be like, this could be my main game that I'll play all the time, because it's just, I have fun with it, but it's just never scratched that in like a big way. The good old subjective itch, right? Yeah, yeah.
Both the Tory and LSU are just kind of dominating the Irises right now. The spears are so accurate. Nice. Tory gets another one with a spear. Both, I think both Irises. Spear accuracy nearing the 80+% mark, surely.
Is it bad that 3-3 and Goats got my itch in Overwatch? Because I love that game. But yeah, I like, as I said, people love Goats, right? Like, I'm one of those people. I enjoyed Goats as well. I thought it was cool. I think if I was playing the Zenyatta in Goats, I would have had way more fun with it, because I'm not a huge Lucio guy, and that's like a bad time in my career, obviously. But as I said, I still enjoyed Goats. The problem with Goats was that it lasted so long, right?
Hitori actually gonna have the Terror Surge too.
I found that I can't even tell what I want from a game, but when those clicks, you suddenly play 8 hours straight, and opening the game, let's look how it is. Yeah, it's funny because obviously I've been putting a lot of time into like learning game design. I've been doing like a lot of courses and stuff, and it's interesting because like that's something that they're really that you're trying to learn, right? You're like, what is the secret source of video games that make people fall in love with your game, right? Like, what is that? What is that? And it's, as you said, the problem is there is no one formula. It changes from player to player. It comes down to the audience that you're trying to reach. It comes down to like, you know, what you think. That's why like the genre of your game and understanding who the audience of your game is so important. Boob physics. Yeah, bro, there's absolutely an audience for boob physics, right? A fucking, what's that, Genshin Impact?
Kind of dissuade the Sojourn from getting away with anything cheeky. 50% and building really good response.
The fresh sauce about that is most games are complete arse for the most. Exactly, right? You don't know what you have, right? That's what, something that they always talk about is like, when you're creating a game, it's never going to scratch that itch, right? You have to assume you have the itch scratched, and you have to think you know it'll be good. But then once you get out of prototyping and you get to the point where you're actually like the game is playable in, you know, very early state still, you're like, oh shit, this game doesn't scratch the itch like we thought it would, or like, oh shit, it does scratch the itch, right? And that's why sometimes it feels like game developers, like, they all go all in on certain games because they're like, hey, this shit's owns, right? And you can assume that's like maybe what happened with like the adventure game that Blizzard were making, right? Like that was in production for a really long time, and then they end up cutting like the team, like after like obviously millions and millions of dollars going into it, hours and hours and hours, and they're just like, yeah, we're just gonna cut it. You have to assume that at some point they're like, yeah, this just isn't as good as we thought it was going to be, or this concept that we drew up isn't good, or we've changed the concept so much that it just doesn't make sense anymore. PvE as well, yeah. Overwatch 2 PvE, right? They put so many resources into making it good, and then they were like, hey, you know, maybe they made the missions, right? The ones that they released to us, the missions that they released to us at the end there, right? And they're like, this doesn't scratch, this isn't what we wanted it to be. Like, it's fun and it's cool, but it's not scratching that itch, right?
Really good showing here in our very first.
It's rare, but you occasionally know you have a bang at the moment you try. Exactly, right? Like, I'm sure, and that's why I think you see sometimes like video game companies go all in on a certain game and stuff like that. They're like, we have something here, and everyone we know touches it feels that we have something here. So how do we make it that much better? Plunderstorm, when I was internal only, I knew it was going to be awesome. Yeah, Plunderstorm, like, I think I was actually thinking about this before I started stream. It was like, why did Plunderstorm bang so much? First of all, it took a formula that already existed in like Spellbreak and Battle Royales. But the thing that I think made Plunderstorm great is that it's very bare bones. Like, it's not that complex or, you know, perfect right now. But the thing that it did is World of Warcraft's biggest issue is that it takes so much setup time to get to the point where you're playing the game, right? For most players, right? Plunderstorm, you could just load into the game and you could play Plunderstorm and you could play an iteration of WoW. And that was cool. Like, as I said, like, I went and played a bunch of Plunderstorm games with you, Ben, right? And I was like, yeah, I was like, do I have to have a character or an account? He's like, no, you just have to have a WoW subscription, which I already have. I was like, oh, so I can just load in and play, and I just played a bunch of games and I had fun, right? And it was fun. Like,
right now I'm looking at Super Shy to have to make some adjustments to make sure that they're on the same page. And Lucio's
the investment in Joe WoW's too much for me. It's used to fast-paced FPS. Just sit down and put effort into it. Well, that's to Duckinchin. Like, you're literally the greatest example of, like, you might have enjoyed Plunderstorm, right? Because, as you said, Plunderstorm is a battle royale. It's fast. You drop. You get things. The games last 15, 20 minutes. You have some WoW abilities, and there's obviously WoW mechanics, but for the most part, there's no setup time, right?
And that sound barrier had been used, and I would have also loved to see that get saved for a future fight because you still had a chance to come back.
Have you played Dead Island 2 recently? The Nostalgia Drop King's gonna be so much fun. Yeah, I'll check it out. I don't. Is Plunderstorm still up? I don't think it's up. Right? It wasn't a limited time event. Yeah, what's up, Toby? I could be wrong. As I said, it's up until 4:30. Oh, right. Okay, sweet. Yeah, I enjoyed it and I played it a bunch, but like I didn't play it a crazy amount. Double Renown too. Yeah, well, you should check it out, Duckinchin. It's a fun little like just run around kind of game.
Look at those damage stats to say, okay, well, it's kind of all coming together. The cards are falling in the direction where you're seeing like.
I'm the exact opposite. Started playing games like WoW, long grinding RPGs, battle royals, etc. Feels empty. I tried getting, try my best, get a better position, die, and starting all over again. But totally understand. Yeah, exactly. Different itches. I love, like, I love MMOs. I love ARPGs. Like, I'm a huge fan. Like, obviously, I love really fast-paced games. When I play FPS games and when I'm playing an action game, I need to play fast games. That's why I like Apex Legends. That's why I like Overwatch. That's why I like Battle Royales in general, because I like just being in the impact. But I also have a different itch of I really like RPG games where it's like, it's about just like increasing in power, right? Like, you know, I went back recently and I've been playing Diablo 3 because it gives me the fix of like grinding, increasing the power level of your character, you know, scaling, you know, progression. But the thing that's really nice about Diablo 3 is they make it really short. It does not take very long to be able to do it. You know, it took me like, you know, probably like 15 hours to get to the point that I wanted to get to. What about FPS RPGs? There aren't many very good FPS RPG games. And I'm not talking about like role-playing games like single-player games. I like ARPGs, like, you know, like Diablos, Path of Exiles, all those kind of things. And I don't really know a lot of good FPS RPGs. Yeah, Destiny's pretty close. I enjoyed Destiny back in the day, but it's just never really, scratched it for me.
All right, we'll see what they want to run out with. As we jump onto Icon Valley.
Do we see the Winston?
But you can get paid IRL for that? Yeah, but then you have to leave the comfort of your own home to do it.
With like RAM or something like that. A little bit more frontward facing, and then switch.
Destiny 2's peak is amazing, but I only do random raids. I always wanted to do a blind raid in Destiny 2. That was always my goal when I went and played. But the time that I played, I was busy the week that the raid came out. So when I went to do the raid, everyone already knew the mechanics.
Stand on her own most of the time, so.
Overwatch 2 PvE being as bad as it is makes Destiny 2 look so much more impressive, yeah. And I feel like that was probably one of the issues that Blizzard had, is they wanted to make the PvE, not realizing how difficult it is to make a PvE in the scale of Destiny 2.
The way she picks it up, it looks crazy. I do like the brig cat one as well. Or the Torb, where the Torb
Fell off the Destiny train because it was not so much work that it felt like a chore, like I couldn't keep up, yeah. And that's usually how those games come. You come through and get motivation, you come back and forth, right? And like I have to put myself, these days I don't really do them as consistently as I used to, but I usually like pick my windows to play those kind of games, right? Like I'm really excited for the Diablo 4, the new expansion, the new like big content patch that's coming out halfway through next month, I think, right? So in a few weeks. I'm excited for the new WoW expansion. I'm gonna play that as well. War Within, I'll definitely play the fuck out of that. So. But I don't really play them as consistently as I used to. You can't tell me the Orisa Amalgamators we've been watching at OWCS isn't some of the most boring to watch. That has to influence numbers. 100%, it does. I think that's influenced the game as a whole, right? I think one of probably the biggest misses, like I give a lot of credit to the developers of Overwatch. The designers, I think they do a really good job with balancing and keeping the game fresh and doing interesting thing. I think Season 9 was a huge hit. I love the gamble on increasing everyone's health by 50 and stuff like that, or like a percentage. But I think one of the biggest misses they've made was the Amalgam meta, the Hog meta, and now we're in a Orisa meta. I think that is a lot of the biggest issues that's led to a lot of frustrations in Overwatch. Because I can never figure out what the hell I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah, I feel that. Did you play WoW in Pandaria? There's going to be a huge remix. I'm actually really excited for the remix Time Walking coming as well. That's another thing that I'm excited for, the remix. I think WoW is so fucking smart with what they're doing these days. They realized, especially because they're changing their current system as well, they realized that people aren't investing all their time into playing one expansion for 2 years. People are coming for like 3 months. And they play the fuck out of it for 3 months. So what they're doing is they're just releasing so much content that is expected to be consumed in 3 months, right? And they just keep releasing old content with new twists, like Season of Discovery, Classic, they have Classic Kata coming out soon. They're going to have a War Within coming out soon. Then they have Plunderstorm. They have so many different bits and pieces that people can come back to and keep playing their games. So people are going to keep their subscriptions active so that they can keep playing them instead of being like, oh, I had fun playing Dragonflight, but I don't want to play the next tier because it doesn't look that interesting, so I'm just going to deactivate my sub and not play, and then never come back.
Get rid of that, and then everything is easy goings for taking control of backline, but
So I'm excited for the Pandaria remix as well. Like I'm excited. It helps as well that I have friends that are interested. Like obviously I got Ben, June, but I got like Sab. I've gotten Sab addicted to World of Warcraft, which is me later. Which is I got Sab addicted to World of Warcraft, so I think I'll be able to get her into. Hey Sab, you want to play Mr. Pandaria remix? You know, you've never played MOP. I've never played MOP. We can go make characters. You know, same with all of those kind of things. Because those kind of games, you kind of need someone else to play with, right? I'm not like a solo gamer as much as I used to be. Is this EU or NA? This is EU.
Zoro, if they can keep this like high ground control. Ooh.
Nice. That was almost a kill too.
Great spear.
All right, Psycho is going to touch the point here, but Hattori...
I'm uninstalling WoW out of spite and I just installed it yesterday. What happened?
Trying to get that going. However, in this small room, Hattori playing a gatekeeper. Overclock might be a little bit too much more damage than they asked for or realistically wanted. Zoro still managed
Wow, nice shot by Zoro.
Parcel issue, no idea how he got that ang, but he did successfully. He's going to descend down to the point now. Those spears do be
Should play Final Fantasy 14. I don't think it makes any sense to be a WoW player and a Final Fantasy player. You have to be one or the other. The funny thing is with Final Fantasy 14 is I know that Final Fantasy 14 is the same level of complicated as World of Warcraft, right? When you first play it, it's overwhelming. There's so much stuff you need to know and that kind of stuff. But I just don't know what to do for Final Fantasy. And I played it a lot in the end, and I was starting to work it out. But the same thing exists in World of Warcraft, but I just know all the answers because I've been playing for so goddamn long. So it's like, oh, I know how to get from here to here, right? There's a portal over here. There's no way you should ever know that if you're a new player, but I just know all those things. And Final Fantasy, I just hadn't learned any of those tips and tricks and situations and that kind of stuff. There's just too much content in it for me to be able to enjoy it, and it would just take hours and hours and hours and hours to get there. And I'm just like, why would I do that if I just enjoy WoW?
Yeah. Way less damage to have to worry about here, but LSU can still use his Terror Surge like another.
Great, I don't care. Yeah.
Peace and love heading into this second stretch.
I'm the same way. And you should just play your own way, right? Like you don't have to play the meta builds, right?
This overclock's only 20% away as well. Peace and Love have the tools to finish this, and they've got the picks.
I'm gonna try and convince Sab to become a Final Fantasy 14 player. Sab's already come and gone on the Final Fantasy chain. Sab didn't really care about Final Fantasy at all. The problem with that is you got to do quests, and Sab hates doing quests. Like I find a little bit of satisfaction in doing quests and leveling as quickly as possible and going through a storyline as quickly as possible because like I enjoy optimizing my movement, my time, and everything. But some people don't like that, right? And if you don't enjoy doing that, Final Fantasy 14, unless you buy skips, which just kind of defeat the purpose,
I think it's so tough.
You spend like 50 hours doing quests and just going through all the storyline. Probably more than 50 hours. Just going through the quests and going through. And unless you're watching every cutscene, it doesn't really make a cohesive thought or sense.
How to play around that? It's just playing together more as a team, stack on top of each other. But it's also very difficult to do when Lauren has the power slide. So
like that's actually why I learned a lot of it, because I was actually going through the story and I was actually learning the mechanics and that kind of stuff, and I was slowly getting through it. But I said I just don't think I don't have the time that I want to invest into an MMO anymore. I'm more of like, as I said, short sprints of those kind of games.
It can be a little bit harder to keep that damage down, but Lauren's been showing up in a big way this series.
But a lot of quests are too easy to get much out of stronger core CDs, yeah.
Zoro also on the Cassidy a lot of the time.
Any chance to witness an upset in NA today? Maybe, right? But like, probably not. I think you'll generally see most of the same teams winning. I'm just narrative pilled. See, I'm the opposite. I just do not care about story. I could not tell you the World of Warcraft story. Almost ever. I just don't care.
Yeah, so I think Zoro maybe stepping up a little bit more here is required for Super.
Well, Custa, you just don't read. It feels like that goes back into my like optimization. I like being the way I find games fun is by optimizing it and doing it as quick as possible. And narrative gets in the way of that. I have all of my quests get fucking absolutely blasted past. LGM, yeah, LGM80 will be a very interesting match. That's going to be the best match of the day. Custa would love games like Factorio. Yeah, I've never played Factorio. I've wanted to play Factorio. I know I would love Factorio. I love those kind of games. Optimization games are my shit. If you can pair optimization with action, that's my sweet spot. That's what I love. That's why I love Hades. People have told me to play Satisfactory as well, yeah. I'm really excited for Hades too. I played the playtest and it was very good. Yeah, so Hades 2 is going to be very fun. I'm very excited for it because it literally is just Hades 1 but with a new narrative and stuff like that, right? New guns. I like some of the changes that they're making to the like mechanics of the thing, so it adds like another element because you have like a mana bar almost. Play Path of Exile. I have played Path of Exile. Here's the thing, Ben. I will play Path of Exile if someone else around me is playing Path of Exile. My problem, like the last time I played seriously was because Bren was playing it, but Bren kind of just degendered on his own. I just like. Ben, if you wanted to play Path of Exile, you're like, this new season's coming out, let's play Path of Exile. Let's play solo self-found, but we play together. Or maybe we don't even have to play solo self-found. Like, let's just work together to be able to, like, create cool builds and stuff like that. And like, we don't have to play together, but just, like, someone who's playing adjacent to me. You know what I mean? That's why I'm excited for Diablo 4 and hopefully getting back into that. Just people to play with. Is there any magic in Hades 2? Yes. So, what Hades 2 does is you now have like a magic bar that you can empower all of your normal abilities to do something. So if I hold down like attack, right, like a swing, if I hold it down, it'll now do an empowered attack which does it in a wave line, but it costs me like 20 magic and I have 50 magic. There are ways to increase the amount of maximum magic you have. There are ways to regenerate magic through boons and other things in the map and all these types of things. So you can probably play like a magic build where you play around empowering. You don't have to play that. So it's like adding another layer of ways that you can play it. Yeah, Diablo 4 is the one I'm expecting to scratch that itch. I think I have a bunch of games coming up that I'm going to be excited for. I also am very busy in May, which is sad because like I think Diablo 4 comes out like the week of EDC. So we're not going to be able to play that much. Could you save your Hades 2 VODs? I always wanted to rewatch some of the games you played that never saved. Yeah. You're going to EDC? Yeah. We're doing EDC. We usually do Coachella every year, but this year we're doing EDC with a bunch of friends. You've been playing League of Legends? Oh, I'm so sorry, Welby. We've been playing Fortnite. Fortnite's been fun. I've been having fun with Fortnite with a bunch of friends. Fortnite's very good because you don't have to be like really good. You can just run around and zug and have fun.
Psycho's checking. Pack had three blinks there, one to spare as they do retreat to their team.
Fortnite is fun. My friends just hate the shit out of it. Yeah, no build was like one of the best decisions they ever made. I would not play Fortnite if building was still a thing. But the fact that there's just no build and you just go get guns and then you like play the limited time events like the bending situation right now, it's just such an easy thing to get into.
Very little, at least on the Orisa, who was the only one that had close to a skull. There is the once again the Orisa roll just grabbing everybody forward.
Are you able to stream the playtest, Hades 2 playtest? You would be able. You probably can, right? How about I play a little bit? Would you guys want me to play some Hades 2 on stream after this match between EU and NA? Wait, is it still up?
To make sure the rest of Super Shy can stay alive and cap the point. 3 minutes to go. These timebacks looking ever so similar. As Peace and Love go for a reset, making sure they can.
Apparently still up. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. I'll get my. I can play some Hades 2 because it says you're supposed to finish 5 runs to be able to like. Then you've like completed it. I've finished 2 runs. Not to toot my own horn, but I've escaped every single time because you only do like the first area. Like you know how like in Hades 1 there's 4 areas. They only give you the first area.
Wow, I was gonna say that like they have the sound
which makes sense, but it was really cool.
From Hitori, but they didn't use it. They're gonna need to have it.
Yeah, wait, if you kill the last boss, can you only kill it 5 times? Is that so they only let you escape 5 times? It's probably because the game just doesn't know what to do. It probably soft locks itself, right? It's fine. As I said, I don't really think I'm gonna play much more than the 5 runs. Like, I don't need to play more than the 5 runs. Yeah, I guess I just won't kill it on the 4th time and I'll just die. I'll just die to it on the 4th run. Early access relatively soon after. They haven't announced when Hades 2 is going to come out, right?
Too much for Peace and Love to handle. You've got to take that high ground control back. Peace and Love got split up. Not exactly where they wanted to be, especially with that height. Like, you can't re-engage that fight if you're behind them. Like, it's so hard for Peace and Love. They just got completely split up. Good high ground control from Super Shy. And that will be the cap. Bit of time back, though, on Peace and Love's side. Only about a minute or so.
Hitori is so good at being able to get those splits, though. Whether it's just walking past the arena.
Hey, I wish I had the invite for Hades too, yeah. Hey, honestly, I will say you're not missing a lot. Like, obviously it's fun to play it, and it's cool to get a thing, but it's like, as with any technical test, it's like the bare minimum of the game, right? Like, it's the opening, like, hour or 2 of, like, what the game is going to be, which is cool, but, like, you're not getting a whole lot for it, right? Hades is so good with the story progression, yeah. As I said, like, I don't want to get into it too much because, like, I want to get it, but, like, it's cool to see the initial characters, and it's sort of, like, the reason I wanted to play it is I wanted it to reinforce that I'm going to enjoy this game, and after playing the technical test, I can tell you, if you like Hades 1, you're gonna like Hades 2. It's not dramatically different, but it's like, imagine if you played Hades 1 with a new main character and a bunch of new, like, primary storyline and, like, bunch of new people, right? It's like, yeah, I love Hades 1. Then you're fucking in for a treat with Hades 2.
No, only a little bit of free ult charge on the Orisa. Yeah, I mean, they've done it before.
I should go finish Hades at some point. Yeah, you should. It's really fun.
To peek there. See what Hitori can do now on the offense on this Orisa. She's been kind of sick with the spears so far, but see if she can keep it up.
Cause I think the Lakers gave. Oh, the Lakers. Did you like? The Lakers are done. The Lakers are cooked, bro. People are like getting mad at LeBron for like pointing fingers at the bench players and the role players on the Lakers. But here's the thing: he's been a salty Sally, but I would be mad too, bro. D'Lo scored 0 points last night. 0. They're literally just stacking 5 people in the paint to stop LeBron and AD because they know no one on the Lakers is gonna hit a shot. It's literally 2v5 versus the Nuggets. Like, that shit was sad, right? Like, the team's obviously boomed at this point, but I didn't expect them to beat the Nuggets anyway, but I was hoping they would win a game, and they should have won one of the first 2 games, and now they just boomed, right? What's AD averaging right now? AD must be averaging like 30 plus points a game in this series. LeBron's averaging 20 plus and doing what LeBron does. Like 28 or 30, yeah. Like, they've been so sick, but Reeves, Rui, D'Lo, they've been bums in the playoffs. Which, I expected this from D'Lo, that's just what D'Lo does. But Rui Hachimura and Reeves were much better last year in the playoffs. And, well, going into yesterday, at the beginning of the match, what did I hear? Torian Prince was the only bench player to have scored any points in the first 2 matches.
Oh my god, I was getting so nervous there.
What?
Where are the picks? Is Super Shy actually going to get it done now that overtime is activated? But they were finally able to weave in those shots.
LeBron has been ruined the coaching career of every coach who's played with him? Yeah, probably. Yeah, because LeBron just like, it's never LeBron's fault, right? And that, as I said, if you're a coach, here's the thing. If you're a coach, you know that signing up, if things go wrong, your head's on the block because LeBron's never going to be at the bottom. And LeBron's earned that right because he's the fucking GOAT.
chaos right now. Terror Surge on the points. Hitori needs some support desperately. There's no health to be found. No Suzu, no.
Didn't we go 6? Yeah, a bunch of players got a bunch of the bench scored a little bit more last night, but it wasn't much. Nah, Jordan, go. But obviously, you know, we'll go through it, right? Like, I don't care about the Jordan, LeBron James GOAT. I think LeBron James is the GOAT. His stats speak for itself, but I also didn't watch Michael Jordan, right? When I was that young, didn't watch Michael Jordan, so obviously I'm going to go biased towards the player that I have watched a lot of. So it doesn't matter. LeBron James is one of the best players to ever play the game. You know, we can all agree on that, right?
Because most of the time, I felt like at the very end, at least.
And you can definitely not say it's not LeBron and AD's fault right now. And I think Darvin Ham, some of the coaching decisions that he makes in terms of subs and the way that the Lakers are, like, you can't say it's not Darvin Ham's fault when, like, for some reason, I've watched the Lakers blow fucking 15-point leads throughout the entire season. They get to like the third and fourth quarter, it's just like the worst offense I've ever seen in my life. It's like LeBron, it's literally proper go kill, but for LeBron. LeBron win the game for us. And fucking the three other players other than LeBron and AD go stand in their corner, do absolutely fucking nothing, create no movement, and then they're like, why did we lose?
Stand up to one another. And LSU's doing a great job of holding down that front line. But they have 2.5 minutes here.
Lucas are going to the main. I'm probably going to watch the Mavs. Here's the thing. I love the idea of the Mavs because I really like Kyrie Irving as a basketball player. But that guy's just the fucking worst. So something about me just really doesn't like cheering for the Mavs anymore because Kyrie Irving's just a fucking idiot. Like, I just can't stand someone who's an anti-vaxxer, flat earther, anti-Semitic, and cheer for a team like that. Like, I love Luka. I think Luka's so fun to watch, but man.
We'll see how Peace and Love want to play this. I mean, both DPS obviously try to take off angles as much as they can with the help of the Kirika. LSU absorbing that railgun shot from Zorro, hitting that spear spin.
Oh, wow, nice shot by Zorro. Gets traded though. Luka's a funny guy. Honestly, I might go... The thing is, I like the Nuggets, but I don't want the Nuggets to win again. I kind of want the Celtics to win. We talked about this, and people get fucking crazy, but I don't hate the Boston Celtics because I don't have the history that why everyone hates the Boston Celtics like everyone else does, right? But I kind of want to see Tatum win a game, win a championship. I like their team. But I really like the Nuggets as well. I think Nuggets are fun to watch, but they've won so much recently. Let's go Bucks. Yeah, I like a Antetokounmpo. Oh my god, that almost caught the Lucio. Come on, we need one more. What do you need one more for? You know what the thing that I'm most upset about is? Joker is probably going to win the MVP this year, right? He would have won 4 MVPs in a row, right? If he hadn't been robbed last year. Which, like, obviously Embiid played very well, but, like, Jokic probably deserved it. People just didn't vote for him because he won the 2 prior, right? And I'm one of those people who I get voter fatigue. I don't like voting for the same person over and over again. But that's kind of crazy that Jokic could have won 4 MVPs in a row.
Peace and Love have done a great job of identifying when they can keep that aggression going, and I think that's something that Super Shy is really
Nuggets are fun to watch me when my food is in the microwave.
When wants to go in and push that advantage herself, but
Joker's just that dude. He's so good. Like, it's actually insane to watch Jokic and, like, what he does on offense. He can pass. He enables all of his teammates. If you play lax on him, he literally just, like, rolls to the basket and, like, just no one can defend him. He's just indefensible if you just don't do it. He just opens up everything. And he looks so clumsy. That's so true. He's fucking... Just fucking lazily moving around. You're like, oh man, he looks spent in the first 3 minutes, and then he just does that for the next fucking 48 minutes, and then just never stops missing and never stops owning. And he's an incredible defensive player. Let the man shamble, bro. It's
just kind of coming back, but the spawns were closer.
I don't know. I don't know. Here's the thing. I'll probably just cheer for Jokic again. Because Jokic is just a genuine dude who just loves basketball. And he's so good. So I guess I can't even think of another team that I'd want to do well. It would probably be... I'd probably want like the Mavs, the Celtics, or the Nuggets. I like watching all three of those teams. And as I said, I don't hate the Celtics as much as other people do.
Stacking up against each other, these map sets are super close.
Yeah, look at the
like, talk about how close this series is. Yeah, I'm matching elims 108 to 108. The KD is very...
Dude likes horse racing more than basketball. That's more of a shtick, right? Obviously, he loves doing that as well, but... I think it's more one of those things of like, you're obviously going to be more passionate about the things that you do for a living versus the things that you're able to do in your spare time, right? I love the Heat, but I doubt that'll be funny again. Is there any world which Butler comes back? Or is Jimmy just out for the playoffs?
Will we see another full completion with 0 meters? Probably not. There's just no way. So. Just how this series is panning out thus far. Although that would be ridiculous. Probably the first time in like Overwatch League or like Overwatch
if they go deep enough, Jimmy is back. Yeah, dude. Jimmy, I love watching Jimmy. Jimmy's just so clutch. It's the same reason I like watching Jamal Murray. First of all, fuck Jamal Murray. He plays so well against the Lakers every single fucking time, bro. Fuck Murray, man. But he's crazy to watch. He just like sometimes he's just like he's just not gonna he's just gonna keep he's never gonna miss again. He's just never gonna miss again.
And then kind of pouncing, and they've been doing a fantastic job of that. But the backline for Peace and Love deserves a shout out.
We tried Ravens Watch actually. Oh wait, what's that? Is that like a?
Maybe because I'm a support player, but sometimes support players don't get enough love.
I don't actually know what that is. Fucking love Murray, yeah. He seems like a. I think the reason I like the Nuggets is they're all. I'm a big fan of likable players. Like, I hate players and teams that have players that are just obnoxious and just annoying and that kind of stuff. That's why I actually hated having, oh God, who's the guy on the Lakers? Pat Beverly. Dude, I understand that people love Pat Bev when he's on your team and he's being annoying, but he's just a fucking loser, man. He's so funny, but he's just a loser. And I feel the exact same way. Who's the guy on the Pelicans who plays like that as well? Oh, the little guy, Alvarado. I fucking hate Alvarado as well. Just the way he plays the game. His whole shtick is just being obnoxious and being annoying against good players.
Our third map of the series. It'll be another 3-0. Closer one though. We'll have to wait and see. Oh, would you look at that?
That's not a pigeon.
Yeah, Pat Bev's on the Bucks now. But Pat Bev's one of those players that never stays more than like 1 or 2 years on a team because teams are like, oh, we could use that kind of energy on our team. And then they go, yo, this guy stinks. Get him off of our team. Wonder who had those vibes backing out? Like people that people didn't like because they were just like a douchebag. There's a ton of them. There were a ton of douchebags in Overwatch League that people didn't just like, they didn't like the team because they didn't like this player. But there's also people in the opposite hand. There are a lot of people like teams because they really like that player and they like the vibes of the players, you know. Like Valiant had a lot of fans because people loved Kriv and Brady, right?
About this a little bit in a recent interview where sometimes like you use the sound barrier, maybe the whole team isn't on the same page about being able to actually use that overhealth to get a little bit more aggressive. And I think the same.
Judging by your taste, you would not appreciate my guy Gary Payton. Gary Payton the third?
There wasn't a team left to be able to
I like Gary Payton. Are you talking about Golden State Warriors Gary Payton?
To actually be able to come back into another fight with. So I hope that Super Shy they were able
I really like Gary because he's not. He's a hard worker and he does it, but he's not like. Yeah, I really like Gary Payton. I really like him as a player. He's a sick player. He understands his role in the team and that kind of stuff. But he's just not obnoxious about it. You know what I mean? He's a workhorse, but he's like, there's that aura that they give off. They're like, ooh, I'm gonna be annoying to you, and I'm gonna just fucking. I'm gonna be like, act like I'm the fucking bee's knees when I lock down a superstar. It's like, bro, this superstar makes fucking quadruple the amount of money that you do, and they're dramatically better than you. Congratulations, you stopped them 3 times. Let's not act like you just like hit the peak of your life, right? Gary Payton just does that shit because he knows that's what he needs to do. Dylan Brooks. Fuck Dylan Brooks, bro. Fuck Dylan Brooks. I hate talking about Dylan Brooks because he's one of those players, man, where he's just like, he locks up LeBron like four things in a row and he acts like he's all of a sudden an equal to LeBron James. It's like, bro, you're a fucking bum who has like short sprints. Let's pull out the lowlights where you're just like all of a sudden the worst player on the court.
You've got checkpoint already. That is a very fast cap. Maybe Peace and Love having a couple of flashbacks right now to their space station match. Like, ooh, this is a little rough for us. But they have come back from crazier. Oh, speaking of which, Zoro had no clue they were there, it looked like.
Clip and ship to NBA Reddit. Ah, fuck it. They don't care what I have to say. Most people will agree with me. NBA Reddit fucking hates Dylan Brooks.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure about that rush at all. They've stolen the bot, and you're only 3.
I'm not saying anything else on this, but first, they were you guys bait me into it. This is your fault.
Oh, a nice hit on the pulse bomb.
Oh. Actually, you know who my favorite bum in the league these days has been? Jordan Poole, baby. Jordan Poole came in, won a chip by playing just some of the best basketball you've ever seen, and then just trying to ride off of that, and it's just an absolute. He's so bad. And the fact that he's paired up with Kuzma is poetic. Mwah.
So close, like true nail biter. D'Impero could have set them up to reverse sweep, but raw power of Peace and Love really prevailed. So they've been on both ends of it, right? They've had like crazy comebacks. They've also had like flattenings against a space station. So
got his bag and then said F it, yeah. Jordan Poole thought he could run his own team. It's crazy how it's like, yeah, I'm the GOAT. It really helped when I had Steph Curry taking all the attention. Yeah, bro, it's easy when you don't have, if you don't have to take the pressure that Steph Curry does and the amount of like space that you get because you have Steph Curry and Draymond Green on your team, yeah, I'm sure the game is a lot easier.
Nice little angle too. Click some heads. So we're not finding extra damage to the overclock, but it's all good. Still with a decent position to punish LSU. Now he's got Vaya in his sights. Oh my word. See you later. Nice boot there actually from Sobek.
That's true. I'm gonna say that it's just funny that, hey bro, I just like yapping. Guys, if you guys are here, you guys know I love yapping and I love just talking about shit. I don't even know what's happening in this game right now. Super Shy's doing it.
On the straightaway that they're heading into to start approaching that final objective. He does have an answer to.
You mean Steph Curry missed a triple single? Oh yeah, I hate Draymond Green as well. But you gotta respect his game. Draymond Green's a fucking another person who's a loser, but he's actually good at basketball. It's kind of funny how useless he is at actually shooting the ball, but he's just so good at reading the game. That's why we start podcast to yap. Yeah. Speaking of yappers, Draymond Green.
Tekano using theirs too. I mean, rush for rush. Tekano desperately trying to heal Zoro. I don't think they're going to be able to escape here.
NBA podcast went to. Don't tell Matt. You'll summon Matt. Matt will be like, oh, we started an NBA podcast.
Really nice stagger kill coming through from Peace and Love, but unable to kind of finish off that kill, although looks like they want to press the issue on high ground, but Hitori's going to join them in just a moment.
You're a white guy. Starting podcast is your natural state. That's true. I am a podcaster. Through and true.
Hitori's already moving in though with that spear spin and doesn't have it now to be able to try to eat up this pulse bomb.
Yeah, no spear spin, no gold either. However, that Suzu did save them. Majority of that incoming damage. Zoro takes to the high ground again, trying to get a good.
You're an unemployed white guy, so even worse. I'm an unemployed white guy with very limited skills. You know what I think I should do? Start a podcast so I can enlighten people on how to be. Just like me.
Just chase the enemy Arissa. They're all on their lonesome on the high ground.
Custa is the JJ Redick of Overwatch. Honestly, I'll take that. I really enjoyed the Mind the Game podcast. I've been watching all of them recently. Honestly, it's a pretty good comparison because we had very similar careers where, like, I was never the best, but I was a starter and I was a role player. And I did my job and I understood the game. Honestly, it's a good comparison. I'm the JJ Redick of Overwatch. There you go.
Oh my god. There's still no...
Episode 2 is so good. Yeah, there's a lot of really good episodes in there. It's just cool hearing LeBron James and Redick talk about, like, the game.
Moving that forward. We still have 4 minutes left and it feels like anything can happen when these ultimates are getting thrown out left and right. Lauren with his overclock ready too, looking at that high ground control. Maybe
does he have a job? Yeah, well, it's funny because he became an announcer. He became a caster for the NBA. And he now does that. And he does like desk work as well. but now he has a podcast. He has a podcast and stuff like that. He does have a job. Fortunately for him, the NBA isn't failing like the Overwatch League did. Yeah, he might become a head coach soon, right? Which I'm sure what the like a part of Mind the Game is for, right? It's like a selling point to people of like, hey, he doesn't really have a lot of experience like coaching at a high level though. So it's kind of like I feel like most people who do that, you know, like every time like a really good player who's smart at the game goes to a head coach, it either goes terribly or goes really well. Hornets looking at him. Who isn't LeBron looking to buy an NBA team? Which team is he trying to buy? Like when he retires, he wants to buy a team, right? And he wants to become like the GM.
Right, so able to
Whichever one his son is on. Okay, let's be honest. His son is not good enough to play in the NBA. He's averaging like 5 points in college. Like maybe over time he'll get there, but waiting for the expansion team, right? Honestly, that might become my new favorite team. If Lakers suck by then and LeBron gets a new expansion team, I'm a LeBron simp. So maybe I'd become a fan of that team. I feel like I can see myself following the NBA for a long time to come. I really enjoy watching it. His son is definitely getting drafted. I don't think he would get drafted just for the thing. He'd definitely get drafted, but he's not going to play. At his current state, he's not going to play. Aren't they saying that he's not going to? They said he's not going to sign up for the draft, right? He's going to stay in college.
Very much in favor though of Super Shy with the meter advantage, 60+ over Peace and Love right now.
My friend is trying to get me and folks into women's basketball. Women's basketball is going through a huge resurgence right now because of, you know, the Caitlin Clark stuff. And just like people are realizing it's entertaining and there's a lot of great players there, right? So which is awesome. So he's entering, but also planning to transfer to college. Yeah, okay. Someone explain to me what's an expansion team. So you know in Overwatch League, when there were 12 teams in the Overwatch League in Season 1, then in Season 2, there were 20 teams. They added 8 expansion teams. Just adding teams to the league. Yeah, what's up, man? We're talking about NBA. You missed it.
55 seconds to go. And Peace and Love have got a mountain to climb.
You got tickets to the Caitlin Clark game? The first Caitlin Clark game?
They've come back from worse, though. The Impera game was
to opening night, damn.
They sure did. Maybe that vertical leap you're talking
Dude, I saw that video of the dude who was weird towards Caitlin Clark. Surely that guy gets like banned from media again, right? What did he say? He was like, oh man, that was the creepiest thing that I've ever seen. And it's like, people are like, see, this is why women's sport isn't popular. No, women's sport isn't popular because of fucking weirdos like you who can't just like respect and appreciate these women as professional athletes. You gotta fucking hit on them in the media room. It was the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life, what that person did. The article he wrote was just as bad. Bro, fuck that guy. He should not have a platform to do anything. He has also been weird about LeBron, really. Tell me what cringe thing he did. He essentially hit on Caitlin Clark. It was something of like, she was like, oh, I bet you would. She said like, you would like that, wouldn't you? And he's like, if it came from you or something like that, or if you were doing it or something like that. Just like the classic creepy one-liner that men like to do, which is like, you don't realize how creepy this fucking is, and I'm not interested in you. Leave me the fuck alone. And he did it in front of like all of these reporters, where like it's being recorded and everyone's in the room. It was like so uncomfortable. I was like so angry.
They have a lot to be able to throw at this, especially when the Custa rush is going to be able to match that of Hepix.
It's about doing a heart symbol. Oh, that's right. It was about doing the heart symbol to the family. He's like, I wish you would do it to me or something like that. Or if like you would like that. It was so weird. Peace and Love gonna do this? No, it's got a map for. Greg Doyle. I don't even want to look him up. I don't even want to look this incel up. Fuck that guy. If you do that to me, we'll get along just fine or some shit. Yeah.
claim a victory on Esperanza.
So close. We are getting on map number 4. We got almost a complete turnaround there from Peace and Love, and I'm just so happy we have some close Overwatch right now.
No more 3-0s. We're all good. Yeah, map number 4.
No more 3-0s.
Maybe it was a little bit of flashbacks from the Space Station game, like I was saying before, right? I mean, they got full capped. Like, okay, maybe we're not that good at that map. It's like, no, you are good at that map. It's just
got
Space
some
Station
meters
gaming.
on the board.
Oh, great. Well, exactly, right. It's still pretty close. They almost managed to clutch it out. It was like a carbon copy of the DM Pura game, just slightly getting beat at the very end. Super Shy keeping themselves alive in this series. The reverse sweep can start here for them. Of course, they made it to this position too, beating 3-0 to get into this series. We'll see if Super Shy can kind of continue this as we move forward. But that map was just so DM heavy.
No, it's just that excited about football because Corinthians suck. Am I really?
So heavy. It's been so scrappy. I think that's something.
Yo, what's up, Mighty Thor? How you doing?
Better job of on this map is actually being able to work together with the ultimates that they used. Even at the very end there, it felt like we saw.
How you feeling about the late? Oh yeah, I died. We were
Which
just
I think
talking about the
something
end.
we weren't really expecting to see, but Super Shy, they were able to
Blow up the team, Fargate.
watch their angles.
Blow it up again. Build around LeBron and AD. I don't know. I don't know if you can build around LeBron. LeBron and AD are still really good, and they're playing very well. Like, I really like them together, but I just don't understand how it's possible that we can't find a single shooter who can shoot threes consistently.
It was so unfortunate. You can see here in the replay, 10%.
It's insane to me that they can't get someone who can just shoot threes, and then like the bench is just so fucking useless. I wonder what they're gonna do. Do they sell Reeves? Like, they really like Reeves, but like they can probably get good money for Reeves, or like good deal for Reeves. Like, here's the thing. Nuggets, we were gonna lose to the Nuggets anyway. Lakers were never gonna beat the Nuggets. Let's be real. But they're never going to win a championship with the roster that they have. Torian Prince is a bum. Spencer Dinwiddie does absolutely nothing for our fucking roster. D'Lo chokes 90% of the games. He had a great fucking back half of the season, let's be honest. Like, he was shooting like crazy from 3. But he scored 0 points last night. I like Vincent. I actually like Vincent. I think Vincent, at least Vincent can play defense, right? Vincent doesn't have a lot of offensive presence, but at least he can play on-ball defense on a guard. He actually played pretty good defense against Jamal Murray last night. I like Vincent. He was just injured. Like, he was injured most of the season. He never really found his groove. I think Vincent should stay. I would, if I was the GM, I would keep Vincent, I would keep Reeves, I would keep AD, and I would keep LeBron. You might have to get rid of some of them to be able to. Maybe you have to get rid of one of them to be able to get picks and actually get good players, but get rid of everyone else. Get rid of Jackson Hayes. That guy turns the ball over more often than not. And if he's not going to play in the playoffs, then why do we fucking need it? Get rid of Ham. Get rid of Darvin Ham. Get rid of the coach. They just don't have enough two-way players, 100%. They have too many offensive, like, Prince, D'Lo, Reeves, can't play defense. Their defense is average at best. I think Reeves has improved. Rui. Dude, the number of times people just walk past Rui or cut on Rui. Fucking Aaron Gordon cooked us last night. Rui, what the fuck are you doing, bro? You should be able to at least hold the candle to him and at least slow him down or do anything. But he can't do anything. Rui can't defend for shit. And if he's not cooking on offense, he's just a liability. Like, I like Rui. I like Rui as a player, but man just goes missing sometimes. So, it sucks, but we'll see. Can't believe we let Caruso go. Bro, Contavious Caldwell-Pope, KCP, cooking us on the Nuggets now, and Caruso. Like, it was crazy to let go of Caruso. Caruso was one of the major reasons we won the championship in the bubble. Caruso was so good. He could score when he needed to, and he could shoot the ball when he needed to, but the thing that was so good about Caruso that we desperately needed was his defense. Both of them. Yeah, they gave it up for Russ, right? Like, and Russell was so bad on the Lakers. Like, I feel like Lakers just don't prioritize defensive players. they just like, for some reason, they just give up defensive players over and over and they just think about scoring. Bro, you have 80 and LeBron. You don't need great defensive players. You just need someone who can shoot the ball consistently from 3 and better defensive players.
What can I say?
It's okay.
Yeah, if you get a defensive player that can shoot, that's all they need.
We love Overwatch and we love these two teams, and we're gonna go ahead and do a listen in to see how these teams are approaching this fight. Nope, just kidding. I heard that wrong.
Yet. All good. Just the dueling of the Orissas.
All right, let's guess we can talk about some Overwatch now.
Taking a prime position on the point. She ends up rotating her team over, and that's a pretty quick cap. As Saravasa goes, that's pretty.
I'm back. Oh, okay, here goes Matt.
It's gonna be tough to kind of
very much a fast take.
To be fair to the org, they didn't want Rust, but LeBron and AD, yeah. Well, as I said, like, I think it's one of the things of, like, I defend LeBron and AD, but they're always quick to blame other people, you know? They are definitely responsible in certain situations, right? Yeah, they're supposed to be superstars. They should be able to do it regardless of anything.
Okay, nice little flip. No kills just yet from either side. There's Lauren trying to kill somebody. A good little boop from Sobek.
LeBron wants to win, come to the Knicks. LeBron's not going to go to the Knicks. LeBron's not going to leave LA.
Such a standstill, though. He's never able to grab that terrain back, but look at this. Pulse Bomb Suzu to come in there, but these Kitsune rushes, oh my god.
And there's the first kill. It's onto Tekuno. After using that rush, both sound barriers deployed. Pulse Bomb.
I can see LeBron going to Golden State. Yeah, like he might. Like, I could see him actually leaving, especially if Bronny is not expected to come to the league anytime soon. Golden State Warriors would kind of make sense. Bro, you'd just have a bunch of fucking fossils running around on Golden State. Hey, bro, if LeBron went to Golden State, I would be a Golden State fan. I would love to watch Steph Curry and LeBron James play together. That shit would be crazy. And Draymond Green.
Comes from the fact that they have to walk into an overclock from
bring KD back, yeah. The problem is they would need a big.
Sightlines into where Super Shy would approach from. And then you're forcing out so many different cooldowns that Alessio can go in and actually push.
It's like we've got an echo in here or something. Like both soldiers using their ults exactly the same time. Tekuno, unfortunately, falls prey to it. Oh, Lauren as well too, just sliding on back a double for the overclock. Zora trying to even up the
Peyton him alone, yeah. I don't know. Like, I just don't see. It would be cool. But, you know, especially because Golden State and Lakers are both in the exact same hole where they're like, hey, we have great superstar players who are getting old, but they can definitely win a championship. Like, Curry and LeBron can definitely win championships.
Being able to hit that and still be able to match some of those picks is still very impressive. But as we head over to Ruins, I'm looking at Hitori being able to...
And let's be honest, Golden State Warriors would fucking blow a bag to get LeBron. But they'd have to give up so much. Like, is it worth giving that up, or is it worth starting to rebuild now?
But at least you're able to kind of help with the terrace.
Oh, that's so
Sobek already?
Yeah, that's
the disruptor shot.
Disruptor shot, lots of it. Yeah, just I think got railgunned initially, and then yeah, just had nowhere to hide. Basically.
Steph needs a bounce back. His second half was rough. Yeah, but that's not even that. You cannot blame Steph for that. Like. It's of course it's going to be hard for Steph when Klay Thompson is just playing fucking like a bum. Draymond Green gets himself suspended over and over again, is like unavailable to play 90% of the time. Like, they just didn't have the team around him to be able to offer him anything where he has actual space. Any players you call bums a lot? Not enough. Like half the league, yeah, you know, that's just what you do. You call everyone bums. Well, yeah, Wiggins had a shit season as well. That's a good point. Wiggins was terrible this year.
Both the Kirikos almost instantly using rushes at the same time. Big kills though onto the front line of Peace and Love. LSU and Abik fall to Zoro's railgun.
But many players are bums, yeah. See, this is the value about not, like, I would call a lot of Overwatch players bums and stuff like that, but, you know, people listen to me and they'll take me out of context, and then people will come at me and stuff like that. But in the NBA, I have no stake in anything. I can just call everyone bums and useless all the time.
They're coming into this one with a bigger combo as well. You have the Terror Surge as well as either the Pulse Bomb or the Overclock. Lauren's been able to get some really nice angles, and even though it's a little bit more difficult on Ruins because you do have to use the power.
Because the outplayers will show up and chat, exactly, right?
Figure out your positioning. You already have high ground again, and you mark Zoro as soon as they get up there.
Like, when you have credibility, you can't just go out there and call people bums. But if you're a nobody, you can call anyone bums as much as you want, right? Because I'm not perfectly informed. Like I'm also just like, this is just my personal opinion, which has no merit. This is me just fucking yapping. I'm a couch analyst.
History, really. Super Shy, force a reset, and Zoro Pack, they do have the ultimates, but once again, Peace and Love, they've done this previously. That you just play up. This is what a lot of teams do now, especially with Super Shy.
Cut that clue out to have Custa calling merit a bum.
Basically, not touch, not go for a touch here, or use ults to try and get onto the point. Looks like they're gonna try for it. It will be the
Wow, they got the touch. Oh.
Psycho down, but Sobek falls too.
No way.
Once again, Sobek from Super Shy falling first in a fight. Now the point is being contested.
Oh!
Right now. Oh my god, Pack.
That was quick.
Tried to dash to the little health pack. And now Hitori.
Can MJ of the Greats call people bums? Yeah. Like, if you were a great, you can call people bums, right? Right? Like, that's literally what that's like why Charles Barkley is allowed to do what he does, because he was one of the greats of all time, right? But so he can just say whatever he wants. None of these guys can say anything different, right? He was great. Yeah, he might not have won a ring, but he was great. Same thing with Shaq, right? They can just say whatever the fuck they want because they're not a bum. The more credibility you have, the more, like, the higher your credibility, the more you can just say whatever the fuck you want, right? Custa's Charles Barkley of Overwatch. Sadly, I'm not. You know, we've already determined I'm the JJ Redick of Overwatch. I was a good role player, and I was good, but I wasn't a superstar. You know, I had a great career. I'm really happy with it. I had a long career in the grand scheme of Overwatch, but I'm JJ Redick. Don't get me wrong.
Already invested ultimates in order to engage in that fight, but that fight was messy. It didn't really feel like they.
But Shaq calls Charles bum all the time, and Shaq is allowed to call Charles Barkley a bum, right? Because Shaq has so many rings, right? Shaq is also one of the greats.
Ultimate advantage is still. Oh my god.
JJ stud, yeah. Is he among the LeBron James of Overwatch? No. Who's the LeBron James of Overwatch?
We're chilling. Pulse bomb goes wide. Heard the Suzu anyway. A beak just making shot. Terror surge available.
It's probably Prophet. Yeah, it's probably Prophet just for the longevity.
But unfortunately, Hitori picks up the kill on your Soj, so not sure there's a chance for you to get back into this one. Nice sagging. It's nice sagging.
Like Prophet, yeah. So, and that's what I mean by like that. That's why like superstars can call people. Like Prophet came in and said, "This guy's trash." People's not gonna flame Prophet about like, "Oh yeah, but who are you?" It's like people are like, "Okay, well, if Prophet said it, I can't really argue with it, right?" You have so much credibility that you can't really disagree, right?
But at the very least, they have this overclock.
And carrying bums, yeah.
Lauren does not have one, so Zoro on the defense.
That's why fucking people hate Kendrick Perkins, you know? Because Kendrick Perkins is actually a bum who is surrounded by great players, and he feels like he knows what the fuck he's talking about, even though he just fucking says shit for the sake of saying shit that makes no sense. And he obviously has like negative IQ for the game. That's why people fucking hate Perk. Perkins is such a bum. He's just such a... You just listen to him speak, I'm like, you're an idiot. He's also pretty racist. Yeah, he's just like, you can just tell there's like so many things wrong with that dude. But then Zebo threatened to shoot him. Wait, what? Instead of disagreeing, you are starting to question yourself and your approach to the question. If someone say something on the subject, yeah. Well, it's like, that's like, you know, like, I feel the same way about Shaq. I don't think Shaq has great basketball IQ. Every time I've heard Shaq give analysis, it's always about, yo, sometimes you just gotta have that dog in you, bro. You just gotta fucking go in there and just fucking do it. You can't be fucking put up those bad numbers. He was great, but he has no idea what he's fucking talking about. He was just a fucking bulldog in the paint.
Like, okay, maybe the pulse bomb, if we throw this in there, that's gonna be.
He was just like, yeah, he was a fucking legend, right? But that's because he's 7'3" and built like a fucking truck.
Once again, Super Shy are on the back foot heading into this with.
You just gotta get 40-20, bro. I don't know how you do it, but you just gotta fucking do it, bro. Sounds like Jaws analysis.
Hitori ends up going down first. They were pretty aggressive, like pushing onto the point, and Peace and Love were more than happy to accept them into their loving arms. And a quick reset here from Super Shy. This is their final opportunity to come back in this map.
I'm Barkley-like. No, Matt, you are not Barkley-like. Who is Matt? Who is Matt?
Really good for them thus far, but they need one right here, right now. It's going to be a close touch as well. It's 95% Rose.
I was going to say Kenny as well. I think Matt is Kenny. Stephen A. Smith? No. Who? Matt's Kenny. Matt's not obnoxious to be Stephen A. Smith. Who's Stephen A. Smith? I don't even know. Avast? I like Avast as Stephen A. Smith actually.
Peace and Love unfazed by their loss earlier on today. As this is a very different looking team than what we ended up seeing versus Space Station. So
Mitch's Mark Jackson. Oh my god.
Like, mentally come back from that.
That's brilliant.
It's a tough loss to take, but also to be able to turn it around into a victory.
All right.
And extend their
Good job. Peace and love.
Congratulations to them.
Let's play some Hades, chat. You guys got me excited to play some Hades.
Yeah. Ooh, oh dear. The desk's faces are looking rather... Okay, Zoe's looking really happy. Zoe's looking really happy. But Peace and Love, yeah, they will advance. And yeah, how's everybody looking over there? How's everybody feeling?
Fantastic. Thank
I'm
you for
doing
asking.
great. How are you?
Good, doing great, yeah. Well, okay, I'm gonna leave now.
Honestly, we don't mind being wrong if we get treated to some real good, solid Overwatch, and that's what we've seen from Peace and Love here. So incredible performance. A lot of people would have thought.
Chat, you guys got to tell me when this starts. You got Hades 2 access? Yes. You should play the original first, Alex. Chat. You would want to play the first one before you play the second one, and they're not that different. All right. Play it on the controller? Yeah, I play with controller. All right, so let me give you a rundown of what's going on. Let me give you a quick TLDR of what's up. So I've finished 2 runs. So I am now this gal. You guys, I'll give quick lore situations, but essentially Hades is dead / exiled. Like, you're the daughter of Hades and I can't remember who the mother's name was. And your brother is Zagreus. So, but they're all gone now, and you don't really know why. That's, I assume, you're the daughter of Hades and Persephone. Yeah, that's it. So, but you don't really know why everyone's gone. This is after that time. There's someone who's like raised you, this like little witch lady. I don't know her name. As I said, you should probably get a lore head to tell you these stories. This person's like asleep. The person who used to always hypnose, they're actually permanently asleep now. This is another person you can talk to. I can't remember them. And we got this lady over here. She's a fighter girl. Who's the main baddie? The main baddie is... Oh, well, here we go. The main baddie is... What's his face? How's it better? It's just different. I wouldn't say it's dramatically better. It's just different. Kronos. Yes, Kronos. So Kronos stole Hades and his family. Yeah. He took over the underworld. I don't really know why. As I said, I don't know any... like lore about this kind of stuff. Like, I don't even know what fucking mythology this is. So I don't really know anything. I just like to hack and slash. But yeah. So I'm gonna try this weapon. So this is like the magic. So if I hold down melee, it does these things. What's his face? Where's Skelly? Greek mythology. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I don't know Greek mythology. Fuck it, let's just go. So we can't go up this way for some reason. But we go down.
Ready or not, hence I go. Flame sigil.
Flame sigil?
Just never got involved. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept.
I've never seen this. Did the fist return? No, completely different weapons. Hestia, goddess of flame.
Oh, what a good girl you are. And here I was just about to burn this whole blasted place to the ground myself. Now, here's a little warm-up.
Is it early access? It's like a technical playtest. It's like a very sneak peek of it. Attacks inflict Scorch. Scorch. Curse afflicted foes take 40 damage accrued from this every 1 second. Okay. Special inflict short. Let's go attack.
Whew, that almost burns.
Wow, that does a lot of damage. Whoa, what the? Yo, that looks sick. And then if you do this, okay. This is like a root. Then that gives me power.
This way this time.
All right. What's the lore thing for coming back? So in in this one, the lore idea is that you're like when you die, you like turn back into a spirit and you like reset. So instead of being brought back to life, you're kind of like traversing and trying to live or some shit. I don't know.
My reagent sensing incantation took effect.
So there's now like more things like fishing. You're like stuck in a time loop. Yeah, it's like a time loop thing. There's like things. So there's like plants that you gotta grab. Then there's like you do some mining, getting some silver. You get a pickaxe from that. There's things here, but I don't know how to get through those. Let's go this way. Because the baddie's the time lord, yeah. All right, so that's what your empowered attack is like a dash to the back line, which is kind of cool. The special is just kind of like a throwing a dagger. Dude, Demeter's looking young.
Supple and strong in the witch's care. Yet knowing Hecate, she must have deemed the risk too great. I understand. I'll try to understand.
Yeah, Hecate's the person who's looking after us. Repeatedly do damage and inflicted freeze. Your sprint forms a cyclone around you that lingers after you stop. What does that even mean? After you enter your... Prime a barrier. Ooh, I do like Winter Coat. I'm going to go for that. It gives me a shield of 1 damage. What the hell is this stuff? Let's have a look. Wait, what do you... What? Wait, what? That's you.
A gift.
Artemis?
That ought to do it.
Yo.
Good evening. Always need bones, just not precisely now.
It's been too long, sister. Look at you.
Yo, what's up, Artemis?
Not ideal circumstances.
Is this art done? The art doesn't look done compared to some of the other ones, but it looks cool. It feels like the shading isn't done. You know what I mean? She looks good, but I think the shading isn't done. Placeholder art? Yeah. It's been too long, sister. Look at you. A great hunter. Okay.
No shortage lately of surprises on Olympus.
Like, you look at the shading of Melano, like, you can just see, like, that's much more of the Hades art style where you just don't really see it in the other one.
Time's an old fool, too busy besieging the mountain of the gods to sense the threat headed his way. Go get him. Here's what I have.
Is Artemis just gonna randomly show up every now and then? A random foe occasionally becomes marked, takes critical damage, this repeats. Time between marks. 20 seconds. It's way too long. After you dash, you'll deal more damage for 2 seconds. So after you dash, your magic moves deal more damage for 2 seconds. A piercing arrow fires towards foe. Damaged by a cast. Let's try that.
Blessing is yours. Go find your mark.
Good hunting.
The river Cocytus winds through endless misty passageways.
No, this is just the technical test.
Within its languid waters.
Reminds me of home.
Ooh, let's get a hammer. I haven't got a hammer before. I want to try this out. Ow. Oh, that looks sick. Yo, that's so cool.
this hammer.
Is it like a beta? It's like before. It's like, it's not really like a full beta. It's more just like making sure it works. Your magic attacks hits a wide area, just 400%, but uses plus 20 magic. In each encounter, your magic attacks gain plus 5 for each immunity slave with it. Well. Ooh, the hook knives is pretty cool. They're talking about me? Wait, what are they talking about? Let's do this. This seems cool.
My silver shines.
Make it. What the fuck? Don't like this area. This is a little spooky. Oh, those things just, they're unhittable. They're just... I like this weapon.
Back to the dock with you.
Wait, Jay's on broadcast?
We're settled.
They're trying to break up... Wait. What do you mean?
A3, who's joining us so we can pick his brain about OWCS.
Oh, it's Custa's teammate.
Yeah, also, of course.
Oh, man.
Well, unfortunately, we're not seeing you and Custa in the fray. What happened? And why was it Custa's fault?
Well, it's easy to say and blame Custa because I don't know how many times that man has Ajaxed on our team.
Oh my god!
What?
Saying it's entirely his fault, but probably entirely his fault.
What the fuck?
Me, I think 2 weeks ago.
Oh wait, no bow.
Like a look for.
So because I don't know how many. I'm not saying it's entirely his fault, but probably entirely his fault. He threw shade at me, I think 2 weeks ago on OWCS cast, so I'm throwing shade back at him.
Damn, that's fucked up.
You messed up.
Exactly.
You messed up, Scott. Don't Ajax one more. Don't let it happen.
So it's nice seeing you guys.
You want to go, Johnny?
Yeah, well, I was gonna ask about, you know, the Faceit League, you know, you're trying to compete as well. Like, what is the plan for Overwatch moving forward? You sticking together?
Yeah, we're sticking together. We're playing in the Faceit.
Well, I think I was gonna say Faceit League.
This is such a dramatic pause from Jay. What is he gonna say next? Bated breath on his every word.
My guess is they are playing in the Faceit League. Lucio has been a problem.
Lucio's been a huge problem. I think what he was gonna say is that my Lucio is doing terribly.
What?
Lucio services though.
Yeah.
Just yesterday.
I can pop up on Lucio. Put me in.
Can you play in 2 teams at the same time?
We got him. We got him. Ladies and gentlemen.
Off. But I was saying, I saw we are sticking together. Custa has been improving. He's been playing Wrecking Ball in my ranked game. Yeah, that's how our scrimming is going right now. We are playing in Faceit Season 1 though. We are sticking together.
That's good. That's great to hear.
Are we? Do we have a match? What are we playing?
Wait, we were supposed to. Oh no, it wasn't your team, but we were supposed to scrim ML7's team, but they got scared. So what?
We stole SK from ML7's team for our Faceit team. We had to poach the talent.
Whoa,
that's how it's cutthroat. It's cutthroat in Faceit, all right?
Damn, bro.
Shifting gears to OWCS though, with the teams remaining here in both regions, is there any team that you're just super excited to see this stage?
This stage, I'm really excited for. I believe it's today. We have. Give me a second. I believe we have LG versus M80, and I'm on Luminosity Gaming, so I think that's going to be a really great match, and I'm really looking forward to. I'm actually really surprised that Twisted Minds, man. I was really cheering for them. It's sad to see that happen today.
Yeah, that was a tough match. How have you been enjoying the EMEA region so far? Watching the games, you know, I'm sure it's some players you're not as familiar with, not necessarily, you know, on the NA ranked ladder all that much. How's it been watching the games and watching the show?
I've been loving it. I've been you guys. I've been watching Jaws. You guys are doing an amazing job. Sparker today has been really fun to watch. Yeah, so it's been fun. I don't know much of the EMEA region, but it's fun to see new faces, and you know, it's fun to see them pop off.
So when people are tuning in to your co-stream of all the shenanigans, what can they expect on a J3 stream of the OWCS?
Ooh, I curse every single team I cheer for. So my chat yells at me. I tell them to vote for this team with channel points. They lose all their channel points and they get very angry. A lot of bald comments.
No.
Yeah.
Well, your head of hair is looking full, if I do say so myself.
Thank you, man. You didn't say that to me in person, though. You said I was losing my hair.
What?
No, oh my god.
You can't say that. I'm so sorry.
I like how what do you call it? He's defending me, but he's much taller than me, and he's saying he looks down at me, and he still makes fun of me.
Now that's fucked up.
Johnny.
Wait, me? Me? Who do you think is
Johnny,
much taller?
yeah.
What? I haven't done anything.
It's your fault.
What?
Guys,
I'm just kidding.
J3 said it's his fault.
This is what happens when you're on Jake's team. He just blames you for everything. Unbelievable.
It's true. Ask my teammates. It's always their fault. It's never mine.
You can get coached by this man as well. Just if you want to drop some money on that. J3, thank you so much for joining us here for a quick chat, and we definitely will be tuning in to your co-stream these days.
Awesome, thank you. It's nice seeing you guys. Appreciate what you guys do.
Likewise, also the Melon Man. Thank you for subscribing.
Thank you, Melon Man.
Shut up. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for the prime sub, Melon Man.
That's so funny.
We're heading into a very quick break.
Early Ajax is a little, bro. That way. Let's see if anything happened on Twitter. Did OWCS tag me? No. All right, we're good.
Not even Athena knows what.
When are you dropping a diss track? Honestly, I had it coming, chat. Chat, let's be honest, I had it coming. Let's get some magic restoration. So now I get magic restoration when I stand in it. Ow. My one true desire for Overwatch is to see them beat Jake's team. Yeah, it's true. That'd be a fun match. Ooh, these things are crazy. First thing I'll do is defend Custa. See, Matt's my hero. Matt's always looking out for me. What is this stuff? Bones? Let's go to the shopper.
I'll take it. My blessed made it all that way on just a rickety old wooden ferry boat. Must be a litany.
Your sprint destroys most range shots near you and inflicts scorch on foes that fired. Oh, your scorch effects deal bonus damage to armor. That's pretty good. Foes with at least 300 score take a burst that consumes the effect. Let's go fire extinguisher.
Flame of the heart. No sign of Hermes yet, my lord. Forgive my impatience. I know infiltrating our enemy's ranks and discovering the details of his plans to conquer Olympus is sensitive work.
We'll finish this run and then we'll go.
Any evening now, I'm sure. Be safe, Lord Charon. Onward.
Fish? I don't have a fishing rod? God fucking damn it. Ow. Oh, I took so much damage for that. That was pretty bad. Oh my god, I'm taking so much damage. I'm actually trolling. I'm actually trolling. I'm actually trolling. Oh my god, I don't know what any of these things do. I'm dead. This is Jova chat. I don't know if I'm gonna win, chat. It's interesting they add like different enemies the more you play. I haven't seen any of those guys. Oh, we get health for sure.
Can't recover here.
Yo, what is this? The NBA and Amazon Prime Video have a framework for an agreement that will make the streamer one of the homes for significant regular season and postseason games for a decade. Whoa. Amazon Prime Video? Well, I have Amazon Prime. I assume you're gonna have to pay a premium for it though. That's sick. Oh my god, that was dangerous. Oh my god. What the fuck? It's bad. Wait, what was that ping? Oh, this. Help. Could be Amazon Prime Challenge is a thing, yeah. Oh, is there a fountain here?
Ahead, the underworld princess shall again confront the one who raised her and taught to her.
That'd be crazy if it was free with Prime.
May prevail.
There's always more to learn.
All right, let's do this.
There you are.
So this is your like teacher.
I'll get him, headmistress. I swear it. All that you've taught, I'll bring to bear. And no matter the obstacles that stand in the way, Kronos shall fall by my...
I require no convincing, Millennial, although perhaps you do. However much I've taught, what's important is your cape.
I have to be more than that.
What the fuck is that?
The woods answer my call.
Hold nothing back.
Ow.
Well done.
Oh, dude, I fucking hate this curse. I'm a sheep. Oh, fuck, I trolled. I walked into that. Oh, that's the right one. That was lucky. I really like the ignite mechanic. I feel like I'm gonna like ignite mechanics. As long as the chariots aren't back, I'm good with those enemies. Yeah. There was some obnoxious enemies.
Owed a gift. May you learn.
The Book of Shadows.
Wait, I got a Book of Shadows? What is that?
A stepping princess stands alone. shadow, the nightmare.
Hey, Sulix, right? Yeah, this is pretty much all you can do right now.
Turn now whence she came.
Good job, Custa. Thank you. Thank you.
Found you at last.
Oh, who the fuck is that?
Princess of the Underworld. I regret having to contact you at such a time. It's not my custom to intervene during moments of doom, only to observe.
Who this guy?
Moments of doom. You're Lord Moros, emissary of the Three Fates.
Oh, shit.
So your sisters heard me after all.
They expected me to find you, for there's something they intend for you to have. Wherever you're going, look for it when you arrive. I'm uncertain if we'll meet again.
Wherever you're going, look for it when you arrive.
It's been an honor.
Wait.
Yeah, he's the answer. Yeah. I know that, because I did the cauldron thing.
He's gone.
Everybody in Hades is hot, yeah. Hey, Froggy.
I just met Doom incarnate, Freenos. I'm not sure I should be excited about that.
Will it be released? No, it doesn't have a date.
The modestly appointed tent of fierce Princess Melenui nonetheless is dutifully organized and immaculately clean.
I won't live in squalor.
Look at this. So sad.
This memory of all you lost. It stokes your want for vengeance even now.
11 out of 10 for being out of thing. Yeah, her little face, yeah. And then we got good old Dora.
Can't even wrap my head around what it must be like for you. Sleeping? They say it's like being dead, right? But I'm dead and I'm always awake.
I think the only one getting good sleep of late is Hypnos himself. Still hasn't even stirred, no matter what headmistress has tried.
Lucky him.
Oh, yeah, I did the flashback scene. Are you talking about when you're a little girl? Yeah. What's this?
This is from the Three Fates.
Oh, so this is like the...
Prophecy fulfilled.
What's this? The daughter of God shall retrieve a portion of the Book of Shadows entrusted to her. This is like the challenge.
You fought well.
As we improve ourselves, so does our craft.
Summoning of a mercantile. Persuade the wretched broker to appear with whom you may trade.
This should help. By blood and darkness, let my will be done.
There.
Broker, welcome to the crossroads.
Is it on? Has OWCS started yet? No, it's not yet. Soon, TM. I'm just sort of looking through here, and then we're gonna go over. Create 2 soil pots for growing plants. Okay, so now and this is Farmville as well.
Listen to my thoughts.
So mote it be.
What notable changes there from the first game? I think they just added more mechanics. From what it feels like, there's just more interesting mechanics added to it. So they've like, it's very similar to the base game, but it's like they've added just like a couple of elements.
Odysseus out checking on reports. You'll flourish here.
The fates indulged you after all. That is their scroll beside your tent. It followed you out of the shadows. Perhaps it can provide some answers.
Would that it does. The fated list has tasked me with ensuring certain minor prophecies are fulfilled, though says little else as yet.
May it reward your efforts at least. But do not expect the fates to always favor you. The bane of our enemy.
It's on. All right, one second. Let me just go see what this guy's doing, and then we'll watch the game.
Hail, broker.
Oh, so this is like this is like the trading post. Interesting. Okay.
Take care then.
Princess,
what do you got to say?
Speaking up to the fates actually worked. That big scroll over there, that's really from them.
Personally delivered by Lord.
Keep doubting until it happens. Your game
Toronto kind of framing up, it's that Toronto Defiant make a massive mistake, and when that's the way you kind of frame a game, it doesn't look good for the underdog.
I think it would be a combination of both, right? Students of the game obviously taking it to a little bit of a different level, and then Toronto.
Let me close Hades.
Their best. You know, these two teams matched up in the Swiss stages, right? No, that was a pretty fast, 2-0.
One second, let me log out.
Toronto Defiant, but the students of the game, no, they've been kind of on fire since then, right? So maybe they've kind of caught something a little bit. I gotta say as well, everybody's talking, you know, Custa, I feel like every time we bring somebody on, just catching strays left and right. I'm the only one who's allowed to say bad things about Custa on this show. I think that's the rule we gotta set.
That's the precedent we've set. I mean, to be fair though, kind of justified. If he's out there, you know, if he's trying to light up my boy J3, you know what I mean? What's he expect?
That's true. I brought the hands and I talk shit and I got hit. You know, it's, I understand.
Might look to just fire up the steamroller and take up the entire.
You know what stream's behind? Yeah. So I just wanted to hear what they had to say.
One thing we'll have early on is like this Genji pick, right? We saw a little bit of Genji yesterday. It's very like feast or famine though, right? You're either able to make it work or it gets punished. So we'll see if students of the game kind of tries to take advantage. Maybe Sugar Free going a little bit too deep.
Nicely done by Merit there, though. Eventually he's going to be able to prevail. That consistent pressure with a brief fallback in between, not enough to slow him down. PGE eventually gets caught out. Daniel was going to go that way. They really had to try and find an.
All right, let's see how Sog stands up to a Toronto Defiant. Orisa Genji is interesting from Sugar Free.
Help Sugar Free a little bit. It's like Toronto just plays so fast. I mean, so much faster it feels like than everybody else. Where
they need to bring you back on to the shit talk, dude. It's fine. You know, I'm living rent free in everyone's brain. That's what matters. How do you think Pelican happy didn't get picked up by Korean teams? Well, I think Pelican said that they didn't want to play in a team, right? I think at first they didn't want to play, or maybe they weren't able to get on any of the good teams that they wanted, so they were just like, I'm just not going to play. Also, maybe no one was offering any money, but M80's actually offering money, right? Oh yeah, Switch Game and Title, good shout.
To keep themselves alive against that. So Toronto, 3 kills, basically for free. And they'll once again be chilling on the point.
Yes, students of the game really hasn't been able to get anything going thus far. And then now what? You're going to be, you don't have any sound barrier, you don't need any support ult, walking right into this Sugar-Free Blade. Probably another fight that goes in favor of the Defiant. The Defiant can get pretty aggressive as you see Sugar-Free sitting up in this window, going to know exactly where the rotations are going to be coming in.
And students of the game know exactly what's coming. They know exactly what Sugar Free is planning, but it's a question of whether they can do anything.
Oh, the bait was late.
Immortality Field even thrown in the way of Sugar Free, but he cleans it up as he kills the Baptiste with that 1 slash. And this one is, well, already might
would playing in America help them delay military? Well, I think you can delay military as much as you want, right?
No, I mean, when
it's the Defiant beat. Sorry, I was looking off.
You're not going to be able to build up towards really much of.
Mitch commentating VCT and OWCS the same week like a pro. My man's just fucking grinding.
You know, even Sugar Free up there on the high ground, right? As you see Scissors, you know, kind of just pestering. Like, he knows exactly where he's moving, and that allows Toronto to set up as Scissors falls at the hands of Merit. Not great here to kick things off.
No, not much to say either. Immortality Field, though, in place. Something Merit cannot see right now, but it's already been cleared by Rupal. Which means
oh, no, bro. The slow walk.
I think Scissors went over to the point to try and keep the round going, but they will be lacking a team to help them. And the rest of the students don't even manage to touch.
Kids are expensive. He hustling, yeah.
Yeah, you know, I think if you're students of the game, you just chalk that one up as an L, right? And you know, they were.
Damn, you called Merit a bum. I did not call Merit a bum. Let's clear that up.
That first round of Busan. Do you want to see them change things up or keep things the same? I think you probably just kind of, if you're not going to beat them in the Orisa mirror, like, you're probably kind of doomed, right, for the rest of the series. So we'll see. There's looks like both teams hovering over. So like Wrecking Ball, I know, with a Zen in the mix here potentially for this next point.
We've talked about tank players having specific hero pools, and maybe there being some picks that they're weaker on. Someone does not really abide by that rule. He can do anything. It's going to be coming out the Wrecking.
Do you remember when Outlaws dropped Merit and then got clapped by him for the next 2 years? Yeah, it was kind of crazy that they wanted to give up Merit, right? Yes. They chose Happy over Merit, and I just don't think that was a thing. And it was, you know, fucking Albert talked about that. GM of Mayhem talked about how they were like, I think they were interested in Happy, and then like what happened is they were like, wait, Merit's on the table? Yeah, we'll take Merit.
Pressure from someone. Just like now, we're looking for an opportunity to get in there and find a big slam. Cal already down. And I think it's probably time to begin the conversation about the fundamental level.
Happy was the better Sombra Tracer, yeah. Like, I agree with you, but it's like, hitscan's been good for so long that Merit's just been getting away with it, right?
Students of the game are never going to get to enact their strategy if they are constantly a player or more down.
Yeah, and I mean, students of the game also, right? You know, you're going to play that Zen and with the brig kind of like surrounding it, right? Like, if you can keep the Zen alive, I know you lost, I know Cal a little bit earlier into that one. You're just so, you just don't have like as much healing output, right? It's like having an on the other side of things, right? Where, you know, Rupal can kind of keep everybody up. So, you know, low healing output for students of the game, kind of like an all-in scenario in terms of their comp. Didn't work out in that first fight.
Oh, wow. That dive was so good.
There'll be actually students of the game who...
Dude, Sog is getting absolutely owned right now.
Here's the issue. You kind of mentioned how susceptible the Zen is to Widow, which is true, right? That's something Vega needs to be aware of. But when the Wrecking Ball comes...
Soldier is doing a phenomenal job. Yeah, PG's got to get off Widow.
PGE makes a switch to Cassidy, which has more utility to sort of hinder the Wrecking Ball, but still will be susceptible to dive in general.
They're too soggy. I'll never get too soggy.
But I guess at least a little bit more survivable, right? You know, Cassidy, just the HP pool so large for a damage dealer, and then also just kind of...
What 3 teams do you think will qualify in NA? It'll be like Toronto, M80, and... I don't know. Whoever's good at the time. Timeless probably have a lot of points, right? Where's Timeless at this point? LG? But Timeless got second last round, so they probably have a lot of points. So if Timeless finishes like top 3, top 4 this one, they're probably going to qualify, right? Why? Can Timeless make it still? Did Timeless make it to round of 8?
Cal somehow wasn't ready for that at all. I mean, this is very one-sided.
How many points did they get? No, so they might not get enough points.
Yeah, I mean, it's been as one-sided.
North America, who finished last? So when Toronto, Timeless, M80, Luminosity. Yeah, so it's probably Luminosity's points to win. Maybe if Luminosity doesn't do that well. So Timeless got 200 points. Luminosity got 125 last stage. Oh, there's so many more points. For this stage, actually. No, it doesn't matter. It's going to be whoever comes top 3 in this stage.
Will be knocked back briefly by Infected, who's definitely come calling. Cal just got that Transcendence online here. But how grouped are students of the game to capitalize on it?
Yeah, so probably whoever is second in points right now. Yeah, whoever comes second or third. It's going to be whoever comes first, second, and third in this stage, most likely. It'll probably be M80, LG, and Toronto.
Without Transcendence, you're not getting out of a pulse situation. Sugar-free able to run roughshod over the students of the game here. Scissors will have to try and touch to keep this round going, but that causes them to lose their life. And that's a map 1.
Look at that bomb's aim, Custa. That Soldier player is cracked now. What a bum. What are they points different this stage? They wanted, they didn't want to make it so that stage 1 points are like the most... They want the points to scale as the stages go on, because like you want teams that are good now rather than teams that are good... were good a stage ago, right? Because think about how many teams like broke up. Like Timeless is a great example. Ex Oblivion is a great example. They were good in stage 1, but they're not good anymore. You want to prioritize people who are better recently.
They win 2-0 there. Put together a dominant map number 1.
This team is the standard. They are the absolute benchmark here in North America. You want to be competing internationally? You need to be measuring up to this team, at least in a somewhat favorable manner. Because we're here in NA, we've been talking about EU this morning as well. We had best not be forgetting about what lurks over in the APAC region, in Korea. You know, that's definitely something that these teams are going to get a rude awakening from if they're not prepared coming into our majors. So if you want to be part of that,
it also avoids some sandbagging. Yeah, it's just like, it's the way it kind of has to work.
They have access to a team of this quality in
it's still getting surprised at how great some people can aim. Yeah, some of these guys are just fucking insane. Especially when you look at like hit scan players and Widowmaker players, the consistency in which they hit these hard headshots is crazy.
It's really about taking their licks where they get them and use this as a chance to improve. Jake and Johnny were talking about that on the desk as well. But right now,
These two teams are not even close in that fundamental level. So before we even get to talk about comps and strategy and rotations and picks, we're going to talk about them being able to coordinate and deal with this constant pressure, Matt, from all these angles.
Yeah, I'd like to see it over another map, and I mean
That's a huge difference. Holy
that
fuck.
is a stat card there.
That is a stat card there. Yeah, good analysis, Matt.
When they played in Swiss, they did play Busan the last time, and it was 2-0 in favor of Toronto. So maybe just a pretty bad map for students of the game, just in general. The last time I went to Hybrid, they actually played Midtown, so a little bit of a change up here.
Cal could do nothing. Yeah, they just had no space. They had negative space to work with. Just feels like Toronto's able to do whatever they want.
Let's try something a little bit different.
Mix it up,
man.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah, mix it up a little bit. All right, Mir coming in to play DPS, which Mir, I feel like for so long, has been put on the tank role at times, right? So we'll get a chance to actually see Mir go back to what he's originally brought into play, the damage dealer role.
Just to think back, right? Mira played DPS Doomfist, Farah a fair bit, right? A lot of these sort of off-role projectile heroes in their time as a DPS player. Obviously, for them moving over, they played a lot of Zaya, played a lot of off-tank, and then, sort of had to be...
Brutal, I believe in PG, yeah.
Yes, I mean...
maybe play him at tank long enough to just reset his...
Whoa. Is it time for the second coffee, chat? I think it's time for the second coffee. I'll be alright before we get into Hollywood.
When they played...
Hey, bro. If I was checkmate when they put me on Reinhardt, I would have been asking for that second year guaranteed up front. I'd be like, hey, bro, there's no way you put me out there at Ryan. There's no way you put me out here at Ryan, and then you tell me I'm a free agent next year. Hell no.
I feel that big time. But Mira, obviously, with a history at DPS and someone who probably plays it pretty frequently, especially in their downtime, which is obviously something a lot of these players do want to do as they're practicing and working their way up here. I don't really know what sort of roles to expect. Maybe I still think it would be a projectile DPS, right?
Yeah, you'd assume so. Maybe they want to play Genji, right? Hollywood, some high ground area. Maybe you want to play Genji. Do you want to play I don't know, like Echo type of stuff? I think there's some possibility there. But yeah, it'll be curious what they decide to bring out.
Okay. It's Tracer, it's potential.
It's always time for coffee. It's always time for coffee.
Like a Sojourn player in, and then they rotate a Sojourn player in off of the bench. FMCL.
Do you think they'll add another high skill hero like Tracer or Genji? I feel like they keep adding heroes that new players can play. Well, they added Kiriko. Kiriko and Sojourn both aren't heroes like that. Malga they did. What other ones were there? Junker Queen wasn't an easy hero. I'm just thinking Overwatch 2 heroes. Lifeweave was an easy hero. I would say they usually do a pretty good mix between back and forth on heroes. I think Venture's not a super easy hero to play as well. I would say Venture's like a medium skill hero. I don't think they're an easy hero. Yeah, I think that the kit is simple, but I wouldn't say it's easy to play. Also, the next hero is supposed to be Space Ranger. Space Ranger is probably not an easy hero to play. You would assume there's high mobility there.
Over the course of the group stages, because they're having a good time.
See, Infected, he's on the phone with the broadcast specialist talking about all the BM you've been talking about right now, all that trash.
First the Uncoachable podcast.
I'd like to report a crime.
Making far too many friends out here we are. All right, let's have a quick listen in here and see exactly what's being discussed in that oversized phone.
It's a bit big. I'm gonna go Weaver.
Wait, that's fine. Just farm for Nano. Just farm for Nano.
You want me to take hard?
Challenges to use well, yeah. Venture's just not mechanically hard, yeah, but just because a character is not mechanically hard doesn't mean the hero is not difficult in there. That's like Winston, right? Winston isn't mechanically hard, but it's a hard hero to play, right?
I'm gonna jump back on VC.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Okay.
I need main. Oh, they're not on dump.
They're not.
I don't know where they were.
Okay. Just look sick. Keep shouting.
Next pedal, man. I'm taking high.
We're still getting Nana. Alright, look at me, Trey, man. Need help.
Oh, I got you.
Lift out.
I'm fine. I pedal in two.
Okay, bubble in 8. I'm gonna jump their high, backline. I can go in.
Can you give me one? Yeah. Wait. Don't break it. Oh, here?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wait, I'm setting up behind. You guys see me? I'm setting up behind.
Oh.
Guys, get ready. I'm gonna set up behind. You guys can walk.
Yeah, I can look nade.
Wait, I'm setting up behind.
Oh, the Trace had to recall before the Winston got whipped. They are getting absolutely fucking owned here.
I'm out.
This is one of those situations where, like, Toronto's just putting on such an unreasonable amount of pressure right now. Rupal's doing so much damage. Someone's doing so much damage. They're all doing so much damage.
Still pushing. Okay. I'm gonna tree, and if it doesn't work, I'll just go Brig and just walk in.
Thanks for joining us here for our regularly scheduled Extinction event. As students of the game have some difficulty with this Lifeweaver composition, even getting set up without getting picked off.
Though. I like the comms.
Yeah, comms are
I'd want to join students of the game. The comms are on point. And look, they're playing that Lifeweaver, right? I don't think Lifeweaver's like ultimate is awesome, but
This is Almir. Is he back on DPS now? Yeah, I guess so.
PGE and trying to grip people back towards help is. That's pretty huge. PG actually gets hit with a pulse bomb there. It looks like it was actually probably just grip back, just like kind of get a little bit of immunity there. So that's going to be the tree blocking that lower exit of the coffee shop. They're going to have to break it.
Recently, the pulse damage of the tree of life being pulse healing rather being increased, so that's helpful. However, the Toronto Defiant don't really care for that. They're more happy to engage in some light deforestation here. The tree comes down and they are
light deforestation, huh?
Life grip there doesn't really save.
Dude, this is just brutal, man.
Yeah, and we heard when we were listening to students of the game, right? They're playing around this nano. Let's build up nano. They use it, and now you're going to see a switch off of the Ana. So they're going to go Kiriko Lucio here. I know kind of like a traditional dive back line. As we were discussing, like, what is Mirror coming?
This is gonna be so difficult. This dive, they're gonna want to get value out of this Primal Rage and Overclock, but they're just gonna rip rally and they're just gonna chill.
Deadeye here, Mirror very tanky right now. Obviously inside down rally means it's gonna be a tough nut to crack here, and will alight to the ground and start nailing shots into the.
All right, next time, Infected hits him with the Primal. Toronto's just a different beast. Well, like. Toronto is literally an Overwatch League team, right? Like, they have 3 players who won the championship last year in Overwatch League, plus Sugarfree, who was... Did Sugarfree win Rookie of the Year last year?
You're gonna have this to work with. Most likely, you're gonna get an Ant Matrix on the other side.
And then Vega, who was an up-and-coming NA Contenders main support that everyone knew was going to be good anyway. So it's like, they literally are just like the best team that they could combine, right? The only teams they're going to be able to compete with them are Korean teams. And it'll be interesting when they come across, but... Oh, hey, Infected gets Rupal.
Rupal knocked out of his immortality field. And Infected able to find that elimination, so now it's down to Vega to be the lion's share of the healing here.
Donghack won? Not Sugarfree, right? Well, Sugarfree was definitely a leading candidate. I don't think anyone can touch, right? Oh, Trace is on it. Oh, they killed Infected.
Infected's gone down. This could go horribly wrong for them. And Mero with the Deadeye's able to find 2. In the blink of an eye, students of the game are extinguished.
As soon as you said this is going to result maybe in a cap for students of the game, the entire team was deleted within seconds. Merit just kind of comes around from the side. It's Sugarfree gets onto the point to contest. And the Cassidy from the side, of Merit is the one who ends up picking up some of those kills. But I guess, for students of the game, you want to take some positives out of that, right? You did get 95% on the point, so it's not like Toronto has to walk in, get 1 tick. You do maybe have, a little bit of a bit of a breather, right? You lose 1 player to come back, yeah.
You do have a bit to work with. Injustice Toronto able to give up the point and then regroup to come back on that defense.
So difficult. I hope Stock learned from this. The unfortunate reality is I don't think you learn a lot from this. You would learn more from scrimming and playing a lot of maps, but in such a short amount of time, you don't really learn a lot because it just feels like it's just oppressive.
Mauga?
Yeah, I'm done. Mauga. Curie? Maybe? Okay, I think I can bat. I think this got me.
I should do the run fake TP where we TP and then just TP back instantly.
Wait, where do you want to go? Real thing.
Actually, yes. What did we do last time?
We went bottom right, I think, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
fake TP top and just go bottom right.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe only I make top and we walk him in.
Wait. What?
Yeah. You fake TP for only B take.
Okay, only him take. And we just walk through main, okay?
Oh, they don't know.
Wait, there.
Wait, shot.
Side.
Oh, good TP. That was such an underratedly good TP by Sugarfree. Holy fuck. The insta TP reaction to spawn saves Rupal, and they get an effective trade. And now they're just gonna win.
Oh, we're like TP3, I think. Yeah, wait.
Why I didn't listen to the Wyatt Mitch cast on VCT. How was it?
1v1, 1v1. Rounds back.
I would assume it's great. Like, I love both those guys, and they're both very good at what they do, so I can imagine it was probably great.
Cast off. Get ready back, Help me.
Shout!
Oh. That's actual sim gap.
I'm in. One.
Oh! Wow, we're getting PG too many followers, bro.
PB flowers. What?
Bro, they're literally like ranked comms.
The easiest cast of my life. I can't believe they keep letting me get away with this. Unreal stuff. What do you think about the Malga there, Matthew? Nice little variation. Really didn't seem like the Toronto Defiant were too bothered what they
just shouting. I mean, they were just shouting whatever hero, and they're like, "Ah, yeah, fine, let's make it work.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? Like, I know, let's play Maga." I mean, they could even played Reinhardt. I know for all we know.
Yeah. I mean, I said when students of the game tried to set up there on that high ground and surprise them with like a Reinhardt comp. They want to brawl close. Malga, they're pretty good at that. He kind of likes to throw down at those kind of close ranges. I would be surprised if students were expecting to see him come out and spawn there on Hollywood. But this is the Toronto Defiant. When he put no...
Today in Asian matches, it was time when Team Falcon is watching it should be pay to watch. Reference to it, I'll admit it's the same. Yeah.
Right, that like they kind of know how dominant they should be and not like kind of, let up. Like sometimes like a team, with this much of let's say an advantage, right? Like they'll give away a mapper like every once in a while, like just joking around. Like this team takes no prisoners. It feels like just like they come in, they take care of business, and they get out. Like
I wonder how much the players are being paid.
I mean, we gotta do that again. That was great.
Because if Toronto Defiant,
I got to have the co-streamer experience. I can see why people.
It has to be not a lot, right?
After such a good defense, right? You're probably not shocked to see them just throw caution to the wind and have a little bit of fun. But this is what you need to do. You need to put pressure on this team. You need to make them respect you. And so far, no.
Mitch really loves the half tuck. Hey, sometimes you just gotta go in for a half tuck.
A couple teams lurking in his upper bracket that could put that level of pressure on this Toronto team. But even then, it would be a struggle. These guys are a cut above the rest here. Maybe like an M80, maybe an LG could do that. But probably not until we see them would we see Toronto being forced to play properly.
And I think for students of the game at this point, right, you're like Toronto winning, stage 2, right, would almost be like the best outcome. And then you pretty much just have to beat like an LG or, you just finish second, right? Yep. Like that's kind of the goal there.
I mean, housing and stuff are massive, surely. Yeah. So I think it's probably just like them being together, but like wants to win, so probably more than most. Well, that's kind of what I was saying. It's like, it'd be interesting to know how much this roster is costing Toronto like a month, right? In terms of like housing and all that kind of stuff. And who is second after that, right? It's probably M80. And then LG, which is more Maryland, so they're getting paid in sync. But outside of that, like Saga is just a bunch of guys playing from home, not making any money, right?
Everyone, literally everybody, right? Without
Are they providing housing? I think they're all in Toronto, right?
Also, like Citrus Nation are still fighting. That's the kind of team. Like, I think students.
As I said, I think they had infrastructure from Al, so I don't think it's a big thing.
They're going to struggle in this series, but looking ahead for them as well.
This would be a crazy reverse sweep. It would. I mean, if they did reverse sweep after these first 2 maps, this would have to be the craziest reverse sweep of all time, right?
I would say we would never have seen a more ridiculous result in all of my 7, 8, 9 years of casting Overwatch. I just don't think that.
Toronto provide housing, yeah. Reverse sweep, yeah. Mitch's face, I think, agreed with everyone, where it's like, really? Reverse sweep? It's not a reverse sweep angle. He's right. It would be crazy, but it would also be crazy if pigs flew. But here we are. They might be getting the same as last year's roster. Yeah, maybe because they're all superstar players. Hey, they're getting good for them, right? If the players getting that kind of money still.
Disparate parts of the map where every individual on the side of Toronto is winning out there. Whether it's someone generating a kill, whether it's Merit just being incredibly sharp, they just have Sugar-Free running roughshod.
What's up, Victor?
Everybody on this Toronto team can basically hold their own. And that's like the first port of
last year wasn't Mayhem nearly all minimum. I don't think they were all minimum. I think they were getting okay money, but they definitely weren't getting paid Atlanta Reign, Houston Outlaws money.
Then we can talk about macro.
I mean, mean, it's they just don't really have a weakness at any of their positions, right? I think a lot of other teams, like you would say, compared to everybody, also don't have, you know, many weaknesses. I think there's just like a different level with the kind of coordination that Toronto plays with, where
it's fun to think that it took Al to end for Defiant to be a top tier team instead of mid team. Yeah, all it took was the rest of the competition to not exist, and then Toronto Defiant are no longer mid. Who is PGE? For the blind, PGE is the light. For the hungry, PGE is the bread. For the thirsty, PGE is the fountain. For the sick, PGE is the cure. For the prisoner, PGE is freedom. For the liar, PGE is the truth. For the traveler, PGE is the way. I love the PGE memes. PGE's kind of getting his shit rocked right now, though.
I think, you know, he always wants to play like more, you know, dive kind of centric heroes, ideally, right? But you know, we've seen how great success, whether it be on the Orisa or the Reinhardt in the past, where Rupal takes some damage there. They'll be able to heal that up. So you have the Brigand here to protect the Ana. Yana really.
Kane's on you if Zeb kills 5 this fight. There is no way in God's name Zeb is killing 5 people this fight. If you make Lin, who do you want to face? Alcohol? I mean, all the Korean teams.
He just wants to get drunk with the Koreans.
Basically look to jump in if those defensive cooldowns have already been expended.
And the bad part here for this is a great spot for Merit to
That's actually so funny. Oh man, that's so good. PG's a gift. Zev did in fact kill 5 Rovers. He owes that man canes. He owes some canes.
Optimal range here. Doesn't want to take any undue risks. So the Sojourn
Yeah, you gotta live up to the thing. I also, I'm gonna lie, I don't understand the Canes fascination. Canes is very trash food. Bro, every time I've ever eaten Canes, I think it's just so much salt, I get a headache. I got it because I like that kind of food from time to time, but man, it's so much, that was such a sad jump.
Someone looked like he got knocked off course mid-jump there by what was probably an Orisa spear. Still, Rupal and Vega.
Weak? No, bro, that's not weakness. That's just not being built like that.
To be able to find the elimination, Infected is in deep trouble. That biotic grenade, harder to make work here on this map in this format. Absolutely devastating for an Orisa.
I had it, so I think I've had it once. No, I've had it twice. One time when I was in Texas, I think, and then the other time when we had to go to Bakersfield to get a COVID vaccination in like 2021 because Bakersfield were doing free vaccinations. You just had to go to Bakersfield. So we ended up like doing the drive, and there was a Canes thing. I was like, I kind of want to try Canes because people have talked about it, and it did. I was like, I got like halfway through it. I'm like, I don't feel so good.
Of that bridge. Nicely done though here by PG.
Raising Canes? Yeah, Raising Canes. You'll have to pay for vaccines. No, not pay for vaccines, but the vaccines were available. Sorry. Like, Bakersfield were like, hey, we have like a shit ton of vaccines. We don't have any requirement to be any lists or pre-thing. You just have to show up and you can get it. It was at like a university, so we were just like, fuck it. It was like a 4-hour drive for us, but that was back when like vaccinations were not available, right? That's when it's like you had to sign up for lists and then you had to get chosen and stuff like that. Plus it was like, if you got one vaccine, they would allow you to go anywhere for your second vaccine. Even more time in America? I've been in America for like 7 years now. Wait, 6 years. I've been in America for a very long time, surprisingly. 3 hour one way, yeah, 3 hours one way, I think.
He's able to bring Infected down ultimately, and Merit wants to head.
Because Bakersfield's like a bit out.
I think they just want to like move the bot a little bit forward, just give themselves some breathing room, right? Not let students of the game push straight through that underpass, right? And then just kind of take this fight back.
Yeah, it hasn't been close, Liz.
This is actually a pretty good fight for Toronto.
Already can't count. You're American now. Hell yeah, brother. 7 and 8, pretty much same thing. 6. Fucking no one likes 6 anyway.
Down here once more. A lot of damage being taken there, but again, that flat heal from the Nano is pretty good. Someone still though feels like he has to primal here for that survivability.
Not a bad primal. Not a bad primal.
Smash rack attack with those flailing fists. and to sleep. Does Infected get put? Someone, it's an easy follow-up for him.
Why are you talking about Bakersfield? That's where we were talking about that's where I got my first vaccination. And that when we were going to Bakersfield, I got Raising Cane's. That's how we ended up there. That's the trail of thought. Someone's at our front door.
Here, and then maybe you can actually use that to kind of clear that out. I think if you're Toronto Defiant, though, that's a fairly easy read where you have to kind of consider playing close to the store, make it costly for them to get that high ground or wrap. This is where you'd expect the rush, right?
Absolutely. However, the Defiant give a lot of room, and Infected took a ton.
That sentence was insane. Slurred every word. Wait, me?
Students of the game now just want to get the bot up closer.
No, I didn't slur any words.
This is smart though for the Defiant.
It was not that bad. Was it that bad?
Which they do here, and then now if you end up using this Kitsune Rush in this position, you can kind of use a Deadeye to maybe kind of push them back. As this will be a
Was just extraordinarily Aussie. Wait.
Yeah.
How bad was it? Got my first vaccination, and that about Bakersfield. Why are you talking about Bakersfield? That's where we were talking about that's where I got my first vaccination. And that when we were going to Bakersfield, I got Raising Cane's. That's how we ended up there. That's the trail of thought. That front half was not my best. The front half wasn't my best. I'll be honest. You were right. Yep, you win that one. Great, I appreciate you. No, sometimes you need to be called out a little bit to sort of be like, hey, maybe you're right.
Doesn't want to risk that vulnerability it provides. Merrick here on the Sojourn now, off the Cassidy after that.
Need more coffee? No, that was just laziness of me trying to answer that question. Yeah, talk professional caster, by the way. Obviously, you have an on mode. I'm in the battery saver mode when I was answering that question. I'm Bakersfield. Yeah, no, we would go to Bakersfield vaccinations. And there you go, Raising Cane's, fucking,
Yeah, I think this is probably the best chance to get the lead, right? If Students of the Game wants to come out and be aggressive here, you have someone's primal
low brightness. Yeah, couldn't believe my ears. That's the kind of moment where you, like, if you're watching it, it probably makes sense, but or you can put it together. But if you just have it on in the background and this is just all you're hearing, you're like, what the fuck is happening? It's kind of like the XQC way of speaking. That's kind of how like kids speak these days when they want to mimic XQC. XQC does that all the time, where he just starts mumbling shit. I think when I do it, it's because I'm thinking about something else or I'm distracted. I know my phone was dying. Fucking speakers.
They back out a little bit and then they come back in with their own ultimates here. Is Vega with 2, Merit with the overclock there. Is this going to be even more bot progress for the Defiant?
And remember, this was the map in which
I moved away from Bakersfield when I was 21, got out ASAP. Yeah, I haven't heard great things about Bakersfield. Isn't like Bakersfield like one of the few red areas of California?
So similar style to what we observed there is around here was where actually the winning play occurred. So Toronto don't want to take any undue risks here. They have
to this day, I still can't understand what that man says. Yeah. Young kids just keep mimicking YouTubers. Well, okay, I'll actually say I think there's a point to it because the way you're speaking and the reason it just jumbles together is you're speaking so quickly. And I think that's one of the biggest issues that I have to deal with these days. And I'm trying to obviously when I cast and when I'm, speaking normally, but when I'm streaming, it's so easy to just fucking vomit words because that's kind of like the meta. And, kids have such low attention spans these days. They don't like it when someone speaks slowly and clearly. So they kind of like it when people are just vomiting words at them.
Yeah, Rack Attack will just stall for a second, but very quickly.
And that's why it's like loud is funny and everything. The meta, yeah, it's the meta. Kids? Oh yeah, as I said, this is not, I'm not that. I'm not the kids.
Could go to someone up in the window.
But you never read the words properly? Yeah, but that's because, as I said, I'm trying to, when I'm reading it, I'm trying to, So the reason I slur the words when I'm reading a sentence is because I'm trying to read it at the speed in which I would read it as if I wasn't reading it out loud, but I think it's valuable to read what I'm reading out loud so you guys know what my thought process is, right? So what happens is I'm like reading at the speed, but I'm trying to fucking say the words at the same time. And hell yeah, that's it. It helps highlight what I'm talking about to the people who aren't reading chat. So that's what I'm trying to do, but sometimes it just comes out like gibberish, as you said, or I'm just like half reading it because I'm trying to read it quickly.
Students of the game in this series, in this map, as someone looks like he'll leap in over the top, has that primal rage like you mentioned.
Utterly gapped. Nothing you can do about that.
Merit is just fucking pounding.
The Winston, there was nothing they could do if they wanted to try and keep their team in the game. They had to ignore that dive. They had to try and create opportunities for themselves.
Sonia 17, hope you get better soon. What?
And there it is. Damn. A clean 3-0 series. Toronto Defiant closed out Esperanza after a bit of a tug of war in the early stages.
Oh my god. Thank you very much, my love.
A clean finish as we
Yo, chat, we got curry and naan.
I mean, that was, well, look, I mean, we expected Toronto to win.
Dub Nation. Sap Snacks.
Picked 3-0. I think even in the world in which you picked 3-0,
What kind of curry? Just chicken tikka masala. Trader Joe's, you know, just... Trader Joe's is the GOAT because you just get a bunch of frozen stuff, you throw it in your freezer, and when you're in situations like this, it's just like, hey, I don't have time to cook. We can just put it in, heat it up real quick, chuck the naan in the air fryer, chuck the curry in the microwave, put it in a bowl. Yeah, and it's very good. It's actually quite good.
They have enough circuit points as a result of their minimum placement here in stage 2 to get there. So it's going to be exciting to see the very best team right now in NA representing. Let's head over to the desk though and break this one.
Do you and Sab usually cook dinner? We cook a bunch. Bits and pieces.
A trove of things to dig through.
Oh yeah, they
Well, I wouldn't say either of us are like chefs, but you know, we definitely cook as much as we can.
Like everyone would have expected the outcome of this match to be looking like.
Situations like this where your wife just brings you food while you think, well, I'm streaming. I didn't eat this today and I'm streaming and I can't. You guys, it's not okay to stream and just be like, I'll be back in 10 minutes as I make food, which I do sometimes, but because I wanted to get online earlier because I need to finish stream soon.
There's definitely things you could approach differently.
I'm supposed to go and play basketball, but I don't know if that's falling through or not.
Waiting in that patient hold.
Yeah, when my braless wife,
on high ground,
etc., etc.
Going with the rush, but it goes against them. I wonder. I mean, you're leading by like 1 meter there. It's a pretty toxic.
But he will leave us to buy beer. Hey, did you guys want me to buy beer or not?
Unironically, and sit there and wait for the Winston Ana to push you first and then rush. I think that is probably technically.
I'm doing it for the people.
Tell them to do as a coach, but at the same time.
And I didn't leave you guys alone. I left you with Matt.
That's like a weird cheese that might.
That's not the same.
In one fight, and the difference is just too big here. Like I wouldn't, if anything, I wouldn't change too much from a series like.
That's even worse. That's true. I'm sorry I subjected you to that.
There's a huge gap here. You got to accept that you're not on the level of Toronto Defiant and just think about how you're going to make second place in this tournament and how you're going to still qualify for Dallas. I think you just got to be realistic about a match like this.
Yeah, I think the difference in play was most seen here on Esperanza, where you're seeing the Winston play against the Orisa, but also on Busan Sanctuary, where you see that just Toronto Defiant, they just play.
Matt is so boring, cracks me up. Matt just comes out of nowhere.
For example.
It goes all the way around and becomes entertaining. That's actually such a good way of Matt. Matt just says so much shit that it's just interesting. I don't even... Matt said it himself. I came back and I said, what are you talking about? Matt's like, I don't even remember what I talked about. Matt's like, I couldn't tell you what we talked about. Matt's not even listening to himself.
You're trying to, do some poke, build up the railgun, maybe get a pick. But already then, someone is in your backline, he's on your Sojourn with a Nano Winston. And
there was a Buddhist captain. Well, she's dead now.
Sojourn slide. And so they just find a way to position themselves really well to work around their opponent. And so whenever the opponent does make aggro, whenever they do push up with a Kitsune Rush,
oh my god.
Disengage.
All right, now the real game begins. M80 versus M80 versus Luminosity.
Just come at you from all sides. So it's really good play, and it was something we talked about. They're looking at Dallas.
I'm not gonna lie, I tuned out after Custa got back. Damn, Greg. Why are you gonna speak the truth so much, man?
NA's hope, please.
NA's
please,
hope.
Toronto Defiant.
They are all we got, honestly, by the looks of it. Let's talk to Rupal from the winning team, Toronto Defiant take the dub. Rupal is with us for a quick chat.
What's
Rupal,
up?
congratulations. How are you doing?
Doing good.
Doing good after just another day in the office, what it looks like. I mean, so far it didn't really look like, even in stage 1, any team made you sweat. Do you feel like there is any serious competition in this realm of the world, or do you really just like look at those majors and looking at what the Korean teams, for example, are playing?
Rupal looks so bored.
I think last stage it was pretty easy, but this stage, I think M80 with their DPS being in NA and off ping, they're like a lot better. So I would say they are our biggest competition.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a matchup I think everyone's excited.
We need a day of the week for this stream that's wide day, where it just gets wide. We could do like Wednesday wide day. How does that sound, Matt?
Solidified your ticket to Dallas, and so
We can both just get like super high and we'll just play and we'll just talk about stuff. How does that sound?
What do you feel about that? Are you excited to go to Dallas, play on LAN, and play in front of the fans? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I love playing in LANs, and it's been a long time. I think it'll
Get Paddock in for wide Wednesdays. Yeah, we'll get the Paddock.
Team as well.
We'll get him to quit his job.
The regions. I think we're really excited to play against Korea. I'm not sure who will come out, but whatever the top teams from Korea are, and even I think the European teams are also really strong, and it'll be really fun.
Can we get some insight on why you decided to play some on?
The shot in this video is how I think Custa plays basketball.
Kobe respecting, trusting his teammate. When Kobe came back from that injury late in the season, corresponding with this love fest that has broken out here at Staples.
Bro, he's such a bad shooter. That's impressive. It's impressive how bad that shooter is.
I can hear that.
Yeah, I think he plays a lot of Dallas prep.
Bro, I'm pretty good. So I played basketball for the first time on Sunday in fucking Yonks. We were just playing like half court 2v2. But honestly, I'm not bad. You guys would be surprised.
And so, yeah, it put kind of a flame under.
Yeah, Lakers are fucked. Yeah, no, we've already talked about Adam. Lakers are fucked. It's over.
And I think we've gotten to a much higher level now, and we're pretty disciplined. And even in the match today, we're like up 2-0, and we're thinking, okay, we can't like really troll. We're not gonna like. We still take them seriously. They're a good team.
There. Who would have thought D'Lo would score 0 points in game 3? You know?
Get some extra practice in.
Who would have thought? What's this?
The result of what Ben Simmons did, allowing Markelle Fultz to get 2 at the line. Personal, by the way, Justice Winslow, his second. And the Heat now at the team foul limit. The Sixers, for their part in the penalty,
Did he have a stroke on the shot?
rather unusual hitch. And the Heat now at the team foul limit. The Sixers, for their part in the...
What happened? That guy, he just gave up halfway through the shot.
So hopefully there's a little bit.
You got to the end and forgot how to shoot.
It seems like the scrims must be at least a little bit competitive. So to be honest, I really am looking forward.
He's going to get fined for that. I think if you do it a lot, you'll get fined.
I think that was a really impressive match by.
But like, you know, if it happens one time, obviously it wasn't beneficial for him.
Not quite sure they're able to match what Toronto Defiant has to offer, because just on a team basis, like, they're so well coordinated, and really I think it speaks to a really good team if you're able to, you know, don't read too much into scrim results, but actually
as a Sixers fan, you brought on PTSD. Dude, you guys are doing alright as a Sixers fan. Didn't fucking Embiid drop 50 last night? I was watching the highlights as I was in bed. He went fucking nuclear.
Right, and so this is a composition you'll have to be really well practiced on. So I think that speaks to their coach.
Sixers drafted that guy over Tatum, really? That's why he's sad? Oh my god.
OWCS NA, but it's actually to win majors and become the best team in the world.
As it should be. You gotta have that foresight, and I mean, they know that individually.
Maybe you should text Kobe. Oh my god.
Like playing an Orisa comp in
Bro.
this very region.
Bro.
So why not get the extra reps in, as he just said, getting ready for Dallas. We're now getting ready for a quick break, and after
I saw something about Embiid being a dirty player. Why is he a dirty player?
Going to bats, you don't want to miss it.
What did he do? What's this? Defiant gonna win it all. Oh my god. What?
we've got new video of Markel Fultz shooting jump shots. There he is in the background. Shot still looks pretty broken. What is going on with Markel Fultz?
What happened? Did he like hit his head? He literally looks like he forgot how to play basketball. He got the yips, but the yips, I understand the yips and missing, but it's like he forgot how to shoot the basketball. It actually looks like something happened and he just forgot.
Try to entice the longer range jump shots. Johnson.
It actually looks like something happened to him. It looks like something happened to him.
Try to entice the longer range jump shots. Johnson.
Carter couldn't get it. Here comes Simmons the other way. Covington wide open. Folks, they want to shoot, but he takes it in. Sharich, Brooklyn.
I'm surprised they're not getting it to Embiid on the blocks. Fultz will take.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. So, it sounds like something happened. That looks like something really bad happened to him. You don't just forget how to do that without like some form of trauma. He was the #1 pick? Really? He's doing better. Oh, he's doing better with the Magic? Something must have happened, which he got Space Jam? Damn. He got some weird shoulder injury? Or maybe someone's fucking him up. I don't know. That's weird. Wait, where's this MB? I saw something about MB being a dirty player. Here's an example of Embiid. Oh! Yeah, no, that's fucked up. How is that not a flagrant foul? What happened? Look at him grab his... so he gets caught on the ground. Look at him. This guy goes up to shoot. He just grabs his legs. That, which is so dangerous. Did he get a flagrant for that? He had to have gotten a flagrant for that.
Speaking it into existence, it must be. Let's chat about prediction, let's chat teams, let's chat...
You can't do that. He could easily, if he grabs his leg there, he lands on his like his hip, he could like roll his ankle or like break his ankle doing some shit like that. That's really dangerous.
Into the tank role really well, diversified his hero pool, and I think
and he's such a doofus, yeah.
Like Orisa are where he's able to shine. His individual mechanics really strong, but he's also improved, being a leader of the team, being a caller, and come into the role.
Really got a good angle his ass.
in the DPS role, so a lot of threats on Luminosity, and they could be a very serious contender. Name value on M80 is pretty scary though.
It is.
Name value is pretty scary.
I mean, also their newest acquisitions, having Pelican and Happy now also joining them in person, they've been looking scary.
They've been looking phenomenal, and this is going to be the backbone of the team. These are your two star players, really. It's going to be Happy and the Pelican show. Pelican's Tracer this stage has been some of the best Tracer we've seen all year. I mean, yes, I know that, Stalker and stuff are playing over in Korea, but really, the Tracer play from Pelican has been superb. So this is really where it kicks in for M80, all right? You're supposed to be the better team. You're supposed to be top 2 in North America. Now you have Happy and Pelican. They're on low ping for this very stage playoffs. This is where you gotta get going. This has to be a convincing win from them, because really I hold them to that standard.
Yeah.
You know, won the gold medal with a broken freaking neck. Wait, really?
Yeah, M80, I think they should win. I think you're right. On paper, they should be the favorites. I do think Luminosity, though, is...
This tells it all. Wait, what's this?
Been around for a while together. They played together.
Total number of flagrant fouls over the past 7 seasons. Joel Embiid, 23. Draymond Green and Dylan Brooks combined, 26. Wait, really?
Really overwhelming performance. And we have seen a lot of great production from Vision and King.
That's crazy. I did not know that.
throughout the year.
Because I consider both of these people dirty players. Draymond Green is obviously an exception because Draymond like does shit like that all the time, where it's like intentionally dangerous, right? But I didn't realize Joel Embiid was Joel Embiid then. Fuck that guy.
I think Pelly isn't historically known for his tracer, but he's always been working away at it, always been grinding at it. So I think he's hit that next level these days.
Okay, I can't see our predictions, but if you want to fill me in on the numbers.
You predicted 3-0. I predicted 3-2.
I went 3-1 M80 as well. So we all went with M80 on this one. I really do think that
He's got those long arms, big advantage for him grabbing motherfuckers. Yeah, just fucking tackling people.
As much as we hype this one up to be close, M80 should get the dub.
Again, wishful thinking, but that's never hurt anyone. Actually, that's not true. That's hurt a lot.
Jake new tattoo. Apparently it's a couple months old. I thought the same thing yesterday, but people are like, no, he's had that for a while. Embiid has so much talent, but I hate watching him play. Yeah. That's how I feel about Kyrie Irving. I was talking about that earlier. I fucking love watching Kyrie Irving play, but I just hate him. I hate everything that he embodies.
The last time these two teams played, I think it was in stage 1 actually, and it was a sweep for M80.
I'm not going to touch that, Adam. I'm just going to leave that alone and move on.
Now again, Luminosity's come a long way, and they've also, more recently toppled Timeless and showed that they're sort of knocking on the door of that top 3, trying to make their way in here. But this Luminosity team, are going to be up against an M80 who is at their best right now.
Well, I mean, I think
it's an Aussie dude with the cock the size of a wine bottle. Yeah, I don't think we touched that one today.
How close are they to M80? I think that's kind of what the desk was talking.
I hope you're enjoying your food.
Right, like is
nom, nom, nom.
Toronto, then M80, then everybody else. Like is now LG M80 a little bit of a
yeah. Kyrie's reminds me of Kanye West. Just like I respect what you do, and when you do it, I hate everything else about you.
Good glimpse today of how close potentially Luminosity is to M80.
It is a wine bottle. That would just suck to have a penis that large. That's just too big.
Luminosity also know that
like that's just like you can't have actual sex with people.
puts both teams in a very good position.
Ain't nobody wants that.
Sort of had to still be worked out, but yeah, getting sort of top 2.
I don't know. He makes 80K a month on OnlyFans. Yeah, that's true. Could be worse. Oh, Juby's going for the boop. Boop angle. Juby boop angle. Juby boop. No, don't boop the Orisa. Wait for other people. I guess he's just doing damage. Oh, wow. They have to know he's coming, though. Oh, your Ultraviolet cannot get... Bro, there's no way that worked. Did they just, like... They didn't have object permanence. They haven't gained the cognitive function to have object permanence. They just saw him and were like, interesting. Like, fucking 3 seconds later. Let's just walk out over the cliff.
A good environmental kill on this map, and that causeway, in fairness, is a very risky location to play under that kind of threat. We'll get you the point straight away. M80 don't even want to chance it. They don't take the risk. They wait for Ultraviolet to return. And now they're going to have to play from this lower ground, forge a path up to that bridge.
I mean, playing without Ultraviolet there is just feeding Luminosity ultimates, right? Just no chance without, these comps. Like the Baptiste healing is so strong. Some nice shots there, helping King at range. You have an Amp Matrix here as well for Squid up on the high ground.
Still, the M80 have not found a way either onto the point or up to the high.
All right, Juby is playing in the exact same corner. Oh, wow. I actually like that beat a lot.
A hasty sound barrier is applied for M80 as Juby has not built yet.
Didn't work, though. Oh, wow. Vision just fucking disappeared. Lamp, probably.
But this is 51% and counting for Luminosity, and M80 been caught
yeah, this is not a good fight for M80. Pelican can't die here late as well. Even just getting forced to the recall is not great. Ooh, that was a pretty bad pulse. Oh. Okay, that was I didn't realize the LG was like nowhere to be seen.
Pelican looked like he was trying to bait people down that stairwell where Happy was on his way back to the point. Eventually the Cassidy emerges and punishes that lack of recall there from King. And so the high ground has been achieved for M80. There's a decent amount of run they need to conduct in order to even up the score, but they're off to a good start and have the power position to play from. It is a sound barrier, though, coming up for Juby.
Hey, Sam.
Yeah, that's what I would say here, right? Is that M80...
It's gonna be another episode of Pelican trying to deadlift? Oh, always. Oh.
Ultraviolet in the back line. You have the ability to use...
I don't know how I feel about Happy falling there. I guess if they... Okay, they're going aggressive. Oh, the BAP went the wrong way.
the shot and back away, and it was an immortality field in play. Risky to try and challenge Vision there.
Yeah, just the zoning that they get from this is so good.
Won't be finding any kills from that either. And M80 still control the point here. Here's a Terror Surge. Hawk going very, very low. And
Oh, good lamp.
They were waiting. Luminosity finally get it off. Juby loses most of
Dude, Hawk's a fucking ring around the rosy champ.
to bring Hawk down. Now M80 have to operate without that Orisa and Pelican. Once again, is a big job to do. But it might just have to be a full disengage for M80.
You're about to see a cat leap.
Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult to keep Hawk alive there, right? You know, even with the immortality field, it's like sound barrier on everybody plus that amp matrix that comes down to him.
He was like, I'm gonna take this top spot. Wait, Aya wanted the top spot. Salem, if Aya wants it, you gotta give it back to her.
M80 here is you have double support ult
Come
here
here.
for, you know, not really going to be the last fight, right? You imagine they take the point off of this.
I love you.
You got to consider, like, okay, if you're Luminosity, can you get both of these ultimates out? That would be huge, and there's the sound barrier.
Yeah, the immortality field was crucial. All of the defensive cooldowns had to be blown there.
Oh, that window was huge.
But it works.
Was Dante a good person? Don't know why I've always... Yes, Dante's a good person. You know, we talked about it earlier. Not all Overwatch League players and a lot of the kids are a thing. Dante is a very genuine person.
Now M80 need to maintain the point for the rest of the round.
And I think if you're Luminosity, like, this is pretty
Dante's one of those people I will always cheer for.
in the round, right? You get both support ults out, you give the point back, but still getting those support ults out is...
He's also such an extrovert. Like, I'm introverted, but Dante always wants to hang out and, you know, chat with me. Every time I'm in person, he's just like, he's just a very nice person. He's like, yo, let's talk and hang out and stuff like that.
Build up a decent amount of that at the end of the fight, but M80 are taking less damage right now. So Juby may
He always sounded so chill, yeah.
on this cycle as well. Amp Matrix here for Squid is an option, but everyone's so dispersed, they're going to go for it anyway. Pelican playing in the periphery. He's going to wrap around behind that amplification matrix, and Hawk has to concede the point for the time being.
Oh, that was a really bad fight for them. They used the window and they ended up losing the resources. Oh! Ah, damn, rip. I like the attempt.
Turns around, javelin spin to disrupt and make it hard for Dante to fill up that field of vision for Happy.
That's just sociable. Dante doesn't seem like extroverted. No, Dante's actually extroverted. Like, I know what you mean. That's sociable. Like, people, like, see, here's the thing. I'm sociable, but I'm an introvert, right? So I'm pretty good at social situations. But Dante's one of those people, like, in my opinion, extroverted people, they will go out of their way to talk to people and meet up with people and hang out with people in public settings. And I'm terrible at that.
You know, there's like
the most classic example I have these days, I saw Sleepy around at like 3 different parties, at like 3 different things, and I didn't talk to him once because I was just like, I don't want to go say hi, you know, maybe he doesn't care about me, you know? Well, I feel like Dante's one of those people who just like, hey man, how's it going?
Happy's impact over the round. That's a big ask for anybody here. And Pelican getting talked up, as you know, Jake points out, not traditionally a Tracer player, but has had to put in the work to sort of rise up the ranks and be able to cover that role.
He's just such a talented...
For some reason, I don't think of you as an introvert. As I said, I'm sociable, but I'm definitely an introvert.
Like, you know, just like Echo player, Genji player, just a talented player that, like, any hero that, like, comes out or whatnot, like, you expect him to be able to play it. Really.
Sleepy's like a giga awkward introvert. Yeah, me too, though. That's the problem.
This Diva obviously pretty well suited for this map, and also very threatening for Dante in general, who apparently got on the wrong side of Happy over there. Now M80 can push up.
Not many gamers who aren't introverts. I think you'd be surprised.
Great
Just
start for M80.
And if you're M80, right, this is like an awesome comp that if you're able to fall back on and make work, right? You know, Pelican, we've actually seen pretty good in the tournament in the past, right? And then Hawk on the Diva. You would say, you know, Diva Sigma, probably Hawk's like the 2 best heroes historically, right? So for him to be able to play one of those, it's a great pocket pick.
Genji here for King, but Pelican is on the top, so this gets a little difficult from here on out. We'll see all of them group up very much in this side room around the top, around the
Wait, Lyre?
Matrix. But Lyre still got picked off there, perhaps playing in traffic once more. Overcharge here for Pelican. More than enough damage to deal with the Orisa. Such a threat to any tank who gets too close. Under the effect of that steroid.
Like flat, yeah.
Set up now, which is going to make flank.
Just starfish out on his phone. Yeah, you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yes, that's actually the rush that comes in from Squid there.
He's vibing.
I'm not really having to use anything in response to it there for M80. So
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the top. So his phone was at 3%, so it's valid. Yeah, gamers need their phones.
Now, right? So putting a little bit more pressure on that back line, but Squid will actually play the Kariko still. So, I mean, that Kitsune rush kind of
Don't debilate it.
Goes for absolutely nothing there.
That's a tough
I'm just in here. I ain't saying shit. Yeah, I'm just vibing, bro. Don't worry about me.
That does not help them at all here. M80 not really provoked into switching positions up, but great pick from Vision. That is absolutely perfect. A short window where the defense matrix was down.
The anti-dive is cooking. The anti-dive just got cooked, though.
Happy can only really find the kill on
I wonder if Pelican will switch to Tracer now. No.
I mean, getting the Baptiste in anyway is such a huge win there for Luminosity, right? Just talk not even about the healing, right? He's obviously providing, you know, most of the healing for the team, Ultraviolet, but
Use the handle of plastic spoon to jam it into some chicken wings. Hey, genius.
And just play for free a lot of the times. The bad part
Well, who is fighting for the qual spot? It's like it's essentially these two teams. Like these two teams will probably qualify. So Toronto's going to auto qualify, and then Luminosity, it comes down to points, and it'll probably be Luminosity and M80. Honestly, I don't know that much either, BP, but this stage 2 is worth so many points. Whoever comes second and third in this stage will probably be auto qualifying.
Goes upstairs briefly. Vision a little bit low. Squid.
How you doing, BP? What have you been up to these days? You going to Valorant? Going to greener pastures?
We can't get out of this. The immortality field needs to play around, and the sound barrier also deployed. So again, M80 with the prescribed answer to that Orisa ult. That is now expired though, but so is Vision apparently. Hawks able to get the micro rockets and go to work with.
Oh, push it off. Wait, I think he fell off.
Which would have been cute, but can't quite get enough of an oomph to send that downstairs. Regardless, having a
Let's be honest, that BP predicted Toronto. I don't even think BP's powerful enough to jinx Toronto Defiant.
Yeah, no,
I've been away on Soul Finding Adventures Hospital. Oh shit! I hope you're doing okay.
What probably will end up being like a final fight, right?
Hope you're feeling better.
Get everybody grouped up together. They use absolutely everything in this.
That's where I find my soul, in hospitals. I'm back, so we shall see. Hey, well, you know, you were missed.
Definitely going to be the final fight.
You didn't miss much.
Keeps him busy when he would much rather be the cat amongst the pigeons on the ground here. That'll be cleared out though. Happy's dead though crucial though if Luminosity want to rush in, which is obviously what their comp excels at.
Oh shit.
Overload for Pelican, but it was actually just a feint there from Juby, who won't be looking to pressure any further. Happy with 275 HP, more than happy to stand out the open and fight this out.
I wonder if OWCS is willing to make adjustments to stage 3 and stage 4 of the tournaments to find a way to make it better. Because obviously everything they have it set in stone, but I think the way it's currently working isn't, you know, everyone can agree there's some faults. I hope they're willing to adjust it. Oh, nice shot. Oh, nice shot.
And that'll be that. Oasis goes the way of M80, who again starts slow on the first round.
Are you prepped for next night? Yes, I'm down. I do have to probably after the next map though, I have to head off.
With a diva composition against the Orisa, you know this team has got to be feeling good.
Yeah, pretty close map number 1 though, all things considered.
He's gonna go outside, yeah.
We were on board with Happy. They're trying to use the Deadeye there at the end.
Custa wants to change the rules so Overwatch can qualify. No, literally, I want to change the rules so that you don't have to watch bum-ass teams like Overwatch play more often. Like, obviously, people like watching us through the Switch stage, and that's fine, but they need to have more meaningful games happen more often. Like, this is a great game, right? M80 versus LG, like, this is a fun game, but these games happen so infrequently. Enjoy shooting your bricks, you'll change my mind with a vid? Hell yeah.
You know, like 60-odd%. But it's very back and forth stuff, and ultimately M80 able to outlast them.
Yeah,
you can now qualify based on combined Twitch following. Well, I think it's always funny because like OWCS and Overwatch Esports is always like tweeting at like our team, even though we just haven't done anything. Just because people enjoy watching it and stuff.
Pretty dry in terms of ultimates, and just not able to get the job done. And then Happy, I think, really kind of came alive on this second point.
Absolutely. We spent a lot of time on the Cassidy point of view.
Every region should be able to qualify a meme team.
Covered by their defense matrix, just like Pelican is here. Pelican who causes problems.
Give us Overwatch versus Schmungus. Well, we were supposed to do a scrim, but then Schmungus got knocked out, and they're like, yeah, we're not scrimming anymore. And I think Jake said, they took SK. So I think Schmungus is over. I think Jake's team is taking all the Infinity Stones. They're taking the best players from the stream teams.
On that first round, M80 just get out in front big time in the second round.
It's also when you have that type of composition, how do you even dive Happy, right? You have a Torbjorn there, you know, with the turret, and then the Overload is, you know, bringing out. right, defense matrix, you have immortality field.
Custa getting cooked by SK? Yeah, no, SK would cook me right now, 100% on Lucio. She's really good, especially in the 1v1s, but she's just a really good Lucio player. But that'd be great content. As I said, I'm down. We were trying to organize doing the 1v1 Lucio 1v1. I think it was this weekend or last weekend. But it just didn't. We couldn't find a time. I was busy on Sunday and SK was busy on Saturday. So.
Because when I saw the switch over to Orisa, I thought, okay, this is going to put a lot more pressure on this defense matrix, a lot more pressure on the Diva in general.
So I think we want to get it at some point, but yeah, I don't know.
When she wants to rush in with the rest of her team, but that's very hard to do when Happy is doing so much damage and is being so well protected. And there's also a Torb you have to run into, like Molten Core. You just do not want to be dealing with that at all. A very solid comp here, I think, for M80. One that was specifically targeting that dive capacity that Luminosity wanted.
Can we get an FFA of all the Lucio players? That would be a fun one. Like you do a like an 8-player FFA Chateau Lucio DM.
It just seems time and time again that M80 had their number. Although
yeah, Mitch has been a fan of the half tuck lately, so.
No subs here going into map number 2 as we will head over to Eichenwald.
Yep, we have bands of Hollywood and Paraíso respectively here. So Eichenwald, of course, is the kind of map we'd expect to see these teams really try and run, like these Orisa-based compositions. But on the LG side, you know, they like to mess with a little bit of Winston at times. I know Dante loves a bit of monkey magic. That is an option, but we found it overall to be far inferior to like a very well-drilled Orisa-based composition, even if defensively, you know, especially in that second part of the map, you get to drop down for free and be a general nuisance. When you get forced to stand and fight, you really lose out on those longer engagements to the Orisa setup.
Yeah, for sure, I agree. And then
what is this Bren video?
Talked about how good that like Pelican's been throughout, you know, their entire run, right? Like, could this be this series that kind of like Happy takes over?
It's just Alice pulling back Bren's hair and be like, "You're going bald," and Bren just like, "No, no." Bro, it's gonna happen. It's coming at a rapid rate. We're gonna get the bald cast. They're both gonna be hairless. They're both gonna have mustaches, and it's gonna be brilliant. I'm living for the day when we get the 2 eggs. Cast and Valorant.
You overload when the tank gets too close, you throw a turret down, you sort of Molten Core when you're getting dove. Happy was able to show us just how devastating it can be to face down a Cassidy who's like, you know, headshotting you more often than not.
Adam started it. Adam did start it.
You know, Juby peek out, get headshot, and just had to back up and sort of run away. Also, like, forcing Suzu...
Will you ever give us a bold mustache stream? No. Because, fortunately, I'm very fortunate. I am not going bald. I am getting a little gray, though, which is kind of crazy at certain parts. And I also can't grow a mustache, so...
Celebratory Widowmaker shot here at the start. Just kind of get right to it. It's almost like the... you know, in a fight where they touch gloves at the beginning, right? It's almost like with the Widowmaker shot, I think.
Welcome to Greyland, yeah. You know, it's just a couple of strands here and there, but you know,
it's a staple.
It's coming.
Like with your half-tuck shirt, it's, you know, they go kind of hand in hand.
I mean, I'm glad you admit it's not going away, Matt. That's I'm glad you've been able to accept that at this point.
I like it.
Love a bit of salt and pepper, yeah, it's not bad.
Damn, I didn't have any fashion sense back then, so I'm just catching up. You've got to allow me a few years at the very least. The Sojourn here defensively can play from that high ground.
With the frosted tips, you look fine.
Oh, you know, I don't know if I'm going to go that far.
Mitch tried to fucking move on from that conversation, and Matt's like, no.
Yeah, I did. I looked...
Matt's like, no. We're going to keep pulling at this thread. Makes me mad how it looks good on men. I'm out here tearing them all out, yeah. I just hope I can be as handsome as Zoe's husband one day.
They just bullied them. I mean, they
Jacob, such a silver fox.
Nobody could bounce back, and I like this decision.
Nobody can be that handsome. He's actually such a handsome man.
You know, by like 4 minutes.
But good luck trying, yeah.
Just let them kind of push up into the castle. Fight this here. Even if you use some ultimates, that's fine, right? You're just kind of like exchanging them as both rushes go down. I kind of like this decision. Even
I think Salt and Pepper women are in fashion, yeah.
Some of this time off the clock.
Why is this chat talking about Soy's husband too? Wait, what other chat is talking about Soy's husband?
Commit a Kiriko ultimate there. They're more than happy to trade their own. Knowing, of course, that they'll have still all the tools that they need in terms of sound barrier and, of course, that Terror Surge if the fighting really gets hot and heavy. Now it's up to Pelican, right, to kind of pave the way.
Jaws? Oh, is Jaws chat?
Okay. And take up a position like this.
He's gonna sit there.
Not, yeah. not quite a stalk here, but
That's actually so funny.
in a position to drop the hydrogen baby, we'll call it.
Oh, wait. What? Wait.
Nicely done. That was
What?
a suit that had to be used there by Squid, but it's not available when the Deadeye comes in. Not that it would have helped much anyway. Dante, though, fell. That's the important use in that fight. And it's about to go from bad.
The Warriors assistant coach has some crazy good looking hair. Wait, really? I don't know which one you're talking about.
By, you know, Pulse Bomb, Deadeye, right? That gives you the Terror Surge to use here at the door. Gives you sound.
So is it? Yeah.
As you're kind of probably just holding that to match. As this one has been all M80. You know, with what we expected to be really close. I thought, you know, map one definitely.
So you know, husband got married to maximize their joint slay. That's true.
You have to be able
Their baby's gonna be a cute one.
to move in towards the last part of the map with 4 minutes.
Oh, Dante's dead. Okay, Vision, I need you to get a kill here.
Have any impact at all, but by the time they do, that sound barrier will have dissipated. Hawk steps up. It's all too easy.
Oh man, this is getting dangerous real quick.
To win this series, if they can't stand against them and pitch.
Yeah, M80 is just so much better now that Pelican and Happy are not on ping. Is that a Valiant skin?
There is the door will open. Is 4 minutes and 50 seconds and counting. Still on the clock here. For M80 is okay. I mean, Pelican's
He does have good looking hair. You're right. And he's got a beard. That's actually Silver Fox angle. Imagine being Hydron now. Yeah.
And then Happy's also playing like he is today. I mean, good luck, man.
I don't think it's often correct to boil down, like, you know, team disparity to DPS gap, but I think that's what we have here. I think Happy and Pelican are just a little too good for most of the time. They've been dominant. In one way or another, M80 have been using either of those tools here to carve their path through Luminosity. Here, though, at least the defenders are able to establish a bit of a foothold. You'll notice that they'll be a little bit behind in some of those support ultimates, but nothing to write home about. Dante probably hoping to rush in, take a close fight with his Terror Surge, and hope that there's sufficient follow-up.
Yeah, that time they just kind of like left Hawk, right? They just sprinted right past him, you know, and just got into the back. Were able to take a few players out. And
when is Bren's trip to Turkey? Wait, what is Bren going to Turkey? What's he doing in Turkey?
First corner where the payload is like you mentioned, they do have the Terror Surge, but I feel like it's almost like a, you know, last-ditch, you know, effort, right? They're not going to engage with it.
Nice roll.
Oh, Wyatt dies. Oh, is that why he's going to Turkey? He's getting a. Is he getting a hair transplant or whatever it's called?
Back into him, a little bit awkward there. Happy eventually gets brought down, and it's gonna.
Oh, it's just a hair transplant joke. Ah, so it's just a joke. I wasn't sure if he's actually doing it because they did make a joke in that video.
Yeah, so now you're starting to put together some
whoosh
LG, right?
Over my. Hey, you know, maybe Brent's doing it.
You burn a little bit of time off the clock, but they have to back.
A hair transplant works pretty well these days, doesn't it? I feel like I know a few people that have done it, and it works pretty well.
Harder part of the map to play into as attackers, to be sure. Okay, Javelin Spin is there. I think Happy thinks that he's far enough past it that he can take the shot.
It looks really violent and painful, really.
Hitting hard and didn't even have to use that ultimate there. Much better from Luminosity. Finding their feet on a moment too soon.
You should be thankful, really? Okay, maybe I don't.
Okay, meters from the end of the map here. Being able to maintain that Terror Surge. Also into a fight that has sound barriers, so you have some inoculation against Hawk's Terror Surge. Gonna be pretty important.
Yeah, I think kind of like what you were thinking here.
Got that good hair, Gene, yeah.
You end up using your rush, winning that fight. You need to buy some time. Now M80 can come in. You use your.
Rather go bold with Grace, yeah.
Is it sound barrier or like?
I remember hearing someone who was talking about it where they were like, the biggest problem, they were like, I don't mind being bold, like because they had their head shaved. This was shoot, what's her name? Oh god, the WoW streamer. Fuck, I can't think of his name right now. But he essentially said like the biggest issue that I had was not Pirate of Software. The biggest issue I had is that like I didn't have any. I couldn't change my hairstyle. I couldn't do anything. This was just gonna be my life for the rest of my life, where I would just be bald. And he's like, I just kind of wanted to do something with it. Brent waking up in Turkey. Where's Custa? Who do you think gave you the hair?
Has to get on there and contest, but the Terror Surge from Hawk is like fully charged up at that time. So just huge damage, lethal damage when he goes down onto the point. Like what about?
Oh, Preach Gaming was who I was thinking of, by the way. He ended up getting hair transplant. I think it looks pretty good these days. He was very public about it on Twitter.
Pretty decent hold considering M80 was on pace to set like a 3+ minute time bank, almost 4. So Luminosity needs to get this first point fast, though, right?
Custa's powers in his hair. Yeah, I'm very fortunate. Everyone's always been growing up. They're like, oh my god, you have such nice thick hair, and I'm like, hell yeah.
And I wonder if Happy opts to go for the Sojourn here, just
Lucky.
because the map lends itself a little bit more to Sojourn being able to stay safe. Yeah, up on that high ground by the hunting lodge. The Cassidy almost forces you into a bit more of an aggressive.
So they used to tell me, yeah, I assume it'll thin over time, right?
Kind of expose you a little bit, especially when the attackers can take that bridge early and also find off angles around the clock tower. So safer option here for Happy, who's mostly been on Cassidy so far in this series. Probably a good time here to go for a more discreet approach.
Yeah, I mean, we
Adam,
know that,
stop it.
Happy is going to have no issues there on the Sojourn, where can he just outrange Vision, right? No, Vision had some moments there.
Oh, it's so good. Just nobody tells me anymore, right?
Things, but
Adam.
ratchet up something pretty awesome here on their offense. Let's take a listen into Luminosity.
It'll start to thin up, but be good enough through your 30s. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Top left. Can I quickly left?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Alright, I'm gonna walk 3, 2, 1, walk.
Cuts the timeout, Adam. He loses his mod if I do that. Yo, someone else is coming in Thursday. Yeah, no barking in chat. Okay, them's the rules. Oh. Mod this guy instead. Yeah, we have a new thirstiest mod in chat. Isn't that exclamation mark Paddock? What's exclamation mark Paddock? Isn't that?
We're like backing to every corner. We just need to take a trade, guys. We're gonna win if we do that.
I'm all just on high ground.
No, never mind. Different emote.
We're just gonna lose every fight.
Also, I did just spear us off the high ground.
They're all one, Matt. They're all one.
Everybody's always one. I love what Dante said there, though, right? Like, if you just kind of play scared and just constantly back up into corners, you're gonna lose anyway. So you may as well just take the fight, right? like you may as well push your advantage.
Yeah, just take the trade even. You don't even have to like have clean like solo kills. You're the attacker. You have that spawn advantage. Take a trade. Luminosity, like, you know, they're making the right calls, I think, in that regard, but there's a difference between conception and execution for those ideas.
Because I think you can also, I mean, although it's a video game, right, you can kind of tell if the other team is confident or not, right? Yes. And if you constantly see them, like, moving backwards and kind of, like, you know, making some potentially, like, odd...
Sav calls Custa Cussy. Real? No, not real.
Play freer if you're a team like M80, right? That allows Pelican to be like, oh, I'm just...
Rush. Squid Suzu. High Noon. Vision down. Beat. Oh, beat. Oh, this is not good for Luminosity.
Now Pelican just looking on as Dante gets beaten to a pulp there by Hawk. Luminosity running out of time pretty quickly, also spending both their support ults in that fight. This is starting to get out of hand.
Yeah.
How much Luminosity benefit from the
What's the next game after this? I'm actually not sure what the next game after this is.
Know what you kind of need to do, and like I said before, another thing to actually put it into action. Like, how do they get these trades? That's nice. Vision.
Is it Citrus Station Pirates in Pajamas? I think.
Yeah, King spots him in the corner.
Oh, sorry.
Pelican's trying to get out. Just a headshot from Vision as he's
wait, Sog Pirates in Pogs. Wait.
M80 tries to challenge this without the trace.
Sog vs Chungus.
They come on in and they get Juby, so they've equalized.
Oh, Sog vs Chungus. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Basically now, another beauty from Happy there. Great shot. Yeah, Dante's like, okay, it's chalked. We're getting out. 1 minute, 5 seconds left to play, and Happy. Oh yeah, he's a good shooter, no doubt about it.
He's happy. There's, I mean, that was an opportunity there for Luminosity, right? You're gifted a kill basically onto Pelican.
Happy tea bags. Oh, not the tea bags. Not the tea bags.
In terms of the time bank, right? What I was talking about is they needed a fast, you know, take here where. With M80, they said 1 minute and 38 in the time bank. Even if M80 loses here, right, you get like a fight hold at the castle and you're in a fantastic spot.
Yeah, you said at the start of the round, they need a quick start to this map. They need a big first fight win early. Happy's very low.
Oh, this rush advantage is going to hurt. Vision, don't die. Oh, wow. Dante dies while they turn. Oh, it's Jova chat.
This one is all but over. Not much to be done here now. Luminosity can maybe desperately throw a Kitsune rush in, but it comes up too late in that fight for it to be a factor. And M80 showing a bit of a gap here on Luminosity.
I blame Luminosity. Are teams allowed to show their pop now?
The Doom here trying to go over the top of the building.
Oh! Wow. That was brutal. How did Space's Trace tier list go? I mean, your tier list? I don't think anyone cared in the end. It was fine.
Speed and Overwatch was a little bit faster as Dante was just trying to touch, but I mean, M80 had everything they needed to disrupt.
All right, chat. This one's a chalk. This one's chalk. M80's the better team. I gotta head off. I'm gonna go shoot some hoops, play some basketball, touch some grass, have some fun. I don't know if I'm gonna be streaming this weekend. I hope you guys have a good weekend. If not, I'll be back here on Monday. Take us with you. I cannot. Dasso, thank you for the 65 months. Enjoy the grass. I'll have the good grass. Hopefully I don't hurt myself. Love you all. Have an amazing night. And I will see you guys soon. Peace out.